Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey there, Jocelyn. Thank you for coming. All right, let's send a message there. Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. How is the sound coming? I have a new microphone I'm using. Is it as good as yesterday? Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama. Do you hear any background noise? As I have this thing humming. Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Hey, good morning there, Lance and Johan. Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Yeah, how's that microphone? This microphone doing? Krishna, do you hear any background noise? Like this humming, like a humming sound. Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari. Okay, I'm going to use this other one here. I have another microphone. Hey there, Lolita. Welcome. There she is. How's it going over there? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. We're living in like a communist country now. It's unbelievable. Can't believe it. They censor everything. Even the president can't get on Twitter, any social media to communicate with us. They locked him out, and they want to impeach him.
You mean President Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not only that, just everybody. They're just censoring people, and our alternatives. We're going to these alternative programs. They're trying to do weird things with them. It's amazing. It's like, wow. Yeah, they want to destroy America because I guess this is how they take over the whole world. They take over America, and then the whole world falls. Yeah, that's the idea. Very deep.
My God.
Anyway, historic times. There's never been. It's the fall of America now. No more America.
Really?
It's finished. It's just going to be one draconian, one world order, and they're just going to start controlling everybody. Anyway, it's been predicted. At least we know the Bible's true.
Come too much instead of.
No, there's nothing we can do. I tried also. I thought, well, maybe we can do this, and there's nothing. And even the people who've been fighting this are, some are like, yeah, we're gonna try, but
The world is. Yeah.
yeah, it's the world. So anyway, luckily we got this. Yeah. But who knows? Krishna can make it's his world, really. It's his. We just got to attract him to look at his shadow a little bit. Come on, help his shadow.
The Ark of Noah.
Yeah, help his shadow creatures here. We're out here with his shadow, and his shadow is engulfing us in darkness. It's really well. Not if you stay here on this, but it's basically for the world population. They're like,
It will be a bit suffering.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. America will last. All right. Well, let's see. Sometimes things are not what they appear to be. But okay, we'll see. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. I got to change microphones. This one's not so good. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare. So is this microphone better? Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. Okay.
No, I hear my echo.
Hare Krishna. You do? Okay. Well, let's see here. See if I'll lower the sound. Maybe that. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, I see why. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Better now? Krishna, Hare Ram,
Yeah, finished.
Okay. Krishna, Hare Hare. Sorry for the disturbance.
You didn't disturb me.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hare
Hari Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Rama
Rama
Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hari 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 Rama Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Krishna Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama Rama Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare Hare
Hari
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare
Hari
Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. Your microphone's okay. It's just his thing. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama. Your mic's okay. It's not you. It's him. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama
Hare
Hari Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari Krishna
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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Jesus Prabhupada Nityananda Gauranga Jesus Srila Prabhupada Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gora Bhaktivinda Jesus Srila
Jesus Srila
Prabhupada
Prabhupada
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gora
Gora Bhakta
Prabhupada Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gora Bhaktivinda Jesus Sri Prabhupada Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gora Bhaktivinda Jesus Prabhupada Chaitanya Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gora Bhaktivinda Jesus Srila Prabhupada
Jesus Srila Prabhupada
Jesus Srila Prabhupada Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Goranga
Nityananda
Goranga
Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari
Gadadhara
Gora Bhaktivinda
Srivasadi Gora
Jesus
Bhakta
Srila Prabhupada Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Advaita Srivasari Gora Bhaktivinda Jesus Srila Prabhupada Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gora Bhaktivinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Srila Sati Gora Bhaktavinda, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri
Prabhu
Krishna
Nityananda, Sri
Prabhu Nityananda
Advaita
Shri
Gadadhar,
Gadadhara
Srila
Shri
Sati Gora Bhaktavinda, Jai Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda, Sri
Nityananda
Advaita Sati Gora,
Shri
Jai Shri
Gaurav
Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita
Shri Krishna
Gadadhar,
Prabhu
Srila
Nityananda
Sati Gora
Shri Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurav Bhaktavinda
Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Advaita
Shri
Gadadhar
Krishna
Asari Gora Bhaktavinda
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Krishna
Sri Advaita Gadadhar
Shri Krishna
Asari Gora Bhaktavinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna
Prabhu Nityananda Sri
Chaitanya
Gadadhar Shiva Sari Gora Bhaktavinda Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya
Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Shri Krishna
Advaita,
Chaitanya
Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu
Shri
Nityananda
Krishna
Jai Jai
Chaitanya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Radha Gaura Bhakta
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya.
Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shivasari, Goram, Gadadhar, Shivasari, Gadadhar, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, yeah. Shiva, Shrivas, Gadadhar, Shiva, Gadadhar, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gauranga, Shivas, Shivas, Gadadhar, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gauranga, Shivas, Gadadhar, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gauranga, Shivas, Gadadhar, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gauranga, Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda, Gauranga, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, He Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 oh my Lord Krishna. Woo! Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Nityananda, Nityananda. Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya. Shri Krishna 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 Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Rama, Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Krishna,
Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hari
Rama,
Hari, Hari Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hari Hari,
Rama,
Hari
Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari
Rama, 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 Hare
Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hari Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Ram, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, whoa, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Hari
Hare Krishna,
Hari
Hare Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Ah. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri
Chandra Jaya
Advaita
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
All right, 10th canto. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Chapter 29, 10th canto. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Sri Bhadurani said, Sri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, full in all opulences, full in all opulences. Yet, upon seeing those autumn nights, scented with blossoming jasmine flowers, he turned his mind to loving affairs. To fulfill his purposes, he employed his internal purpose, his internal potency. Mm. Yeah. The moon then rose, anointing the face of the eastern horizon with the reddish hue of his comforting rays. The moon then rose, anointing the face of the eastern horizon with the reddish hue of his comforting rays, and thus dispelling the pain of all who watched him rise. The moon was like a beloved husband who returns after a long absence and adorns the face of his beloved wife with red kumkum. Lord Krishna saw the unbroken disk of the full moon, glowing with the red effulgence of newly applied vermilion, as if it were the face of the goddess of fortune. He also saw the Kumuda lotuses opening in response to the moon's presence, and the forest gently illumined by its rays. Thus the Lord began to play sweetly on his flute, attracting the minds of the beautiful-eyed gopis. When the young women of Vrindavan heard Krishna's flute song, which arouses romantic feelings, their minds were captivated by the Lord. They went to where their lover waited, each unknown to the others, moving so quickly that their earrings swang back and forth. Some of the gopis were milking cows when they heard Krishna's flute. There we go. They stopped milking and went off to meet him. Some left the milk curdling on the stove, and others left cakes burning in the oven. Some of them were getting dressed and feeding milk to their infants, or rendering personal service to their husbands. But they all gave up these duties and went to meet Krishna. Other gopis were taking their evening meals, washing themselves, putting on cosmetics, or applying kajala to their eyes. But all the gopis stopped these activities and at once, and though their clothes and ornaments were in complete disarray, rushed off to meet Krishna. Their husbands, fathers, brothers, and other relatives tried to stop them, but Krishna had already stolen their hearts. Enchanted by the sound of his flute, they refused to turn back. Some of the gopis, however, could not manage to get out of their houses, but instead they remained home with eyes closed, meditating upon him in pure love. For those gopis who could not go to see Krishna, intolerable separation. Intolerable separation from their beloved caused an intense agony that burned away all impious karma. By meditating upon him, they realized his embrace, and the ecstasy they then felt exhausted their material piety. Although Krishna is the Supreme Soul, these girls simply thought of them as their male lover and associated with him in that intimate mood. Thus, their karmic bondage was nullified, and they abandoned their gross material bodies. Sri Parikshit Maharaj said, "O sage, Parikshit Maharaj said, "O sage, sage, the gopis knew Krishna only as their lover, not as the supreme absolute truth. So how could these girls, their minds caught up in the waves of the modes of nature, free themselves from material attachment? Sukadeva Goswami said, this point was explained to you previously. Since even Shishupal, who hated Krishna, achieved perfection, then what to speak of the Lord's dear devotees? O King, the Supreme Lord is inexhaustible and immeasurable. O King, the Supreme Lord is inexhaustible and immeasurable. And he is untouched by the material modes of nature. And he is untouched by the material modes of nature. Because he is their controller. His personal appearance in this world. His personal appearance in this world. His personal appearance in this world is meant for bestowing the highest benefit on humanity. His personal appearance in this world is meant for bestowing the highest benefit on humanity. His personal benefit, his personal appearance in this world is for bestowing the highest benefit on humanity. Persons who constantly direct their lust, anger, fear, protective affection, feeling of impersonal oneness, or friendship towards Lord Hari are sure to become absorbed in thought of him. You should not be so astonished by Krishna, the unborn master of all masters of mystic power. The unborn master of all masters of mystic power. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. After all, it is the Lord who liberates this world. It is the Lord. Oh, my Lord. It is the Lord who liberates this world. Thank you, Lord. After all, it is the Lord who liberates this world. Seeing that the girls of Raj had arrived, Lord Krishna, the best of speakers, greeted them with charming words that bewildered their minds. Lord Krishna said, "O most fortunate ladies." Lord Krishna said, "O most fortunate." "O most fortunate ladies, welcome." "O most fortunate ladies, welcome. What may I do for you, please? What may I do to please you? What may I do to please you? Is everything well in Raj? Please tell me the reason for your coming here. This night is quite frightening, and the frightening creatures are lurking about. Return to Vraj, O splendid wasted girls. This is not a proper place for women." Not finding you home. Your mothers, fathers, and sons and brothers and husbands. And husbands are all certainly searching for you. Don't cause anxiety for your family members. Oh, sorry about that. Let's see, we got some other people here. Let's see what we got. There we go. There she is. What has she got in her mouth there? You have Krishna in your mouth? If you got Krishna in your mouth, you can chew. No problem. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh.
Now.
Yeah, now you can hear it.
Yeah. Now
Sorry.
you have seen. Okay, I gotta mute
Sorry.
you because it's noise. Now you have seen this Vrindavan forest full of flowers and resplendent with the light of the full moon. You have seen the beauty of the trees with their leaves trembling. Oops. Now you have seen this Vrindavan forest, full of flowers and resplendent with the light of the full moon. You have seen the beauty of the trees with their leaves trembling. In the gentle breeze coming from the Yamuna. So now go back to the cowherd village. Don't delay, O chaste ladies. Serve your husbands and give milk to your crying babies and calves. On the other hand, perhaps you have come here out of your great love for me, which has taken control of your hearts. This, of course, is quite commendable on your part, since all living entities possess natural affection for me. The highest religious duty for a woman is to sincerely serve her husband, behave well towards her husband's family, and take good care of her children. Women who desire a good destination in the next life should never abandon a husband who has not fallen from religious standards, even if he is obnoxious, unfortunate, old, unintelligent, sickly, or poor. For a woman from a respectable family, petty adulterous affairs are always condemned. They bar her from heaven, ruin her reputation, and bring her difficulty and fear. You know, it's so funny because that's exactly what happens here. These petty adulterous affairs with Krishna. It bars you from heaven. You can't go to heaven anymore. You got to go to the spiritual world. It ruins your reputation in this world, because people they can't understand you anymore, and then they misconstrue you, they condemn you, they spit on you, criticize. It ruins your reputation. Okay? It's like Mali Maharaj, because he attained the spirit. See, everybody has some affection for Krishna, just like it said here. He said, all living entities have affection for me. Now, how can that be? Some people hate Krishna, but he says, all people have affection for me because he's everything, man. He's all these material modes of nature too. So if you have affection for money, there you go. See, all living, that's him. And if you want to have affection for something that perishes, that you can't take along with you when this body is gone, well, have affection for Krishna in that form, man. It's pretty dull, It's pretty weighty. It's pretty, heavy, I got some silver here, I thought I'd keep it. And that stuff is heavy, man. He's going to carry that stuff around. Heavy shit, man. And if you die, it stays here. Yeah. See, ruins your reputation. So Krishna will ruin your reputation, man. Because especially if you speak truth, it's just like now, the people are trying to, expose the truth, and it's ruining people's reputation. The lie, right? This is when the Lord allows this demoniac thing to happen, man. People, they're in ruination. The people that are good people, like poor Trump, he's trying his best. He may have his faults. We all do, right? But the guy's trying to do good, He's trying to, he had millions of people come. They're peaceful protesting, in a sense. And then these Antifa, all these lies and everything comes in and tries to ruin the reputation of what is actually good. That's what demons do. and they're taking over the no free speech anymore. Everything is, see, so the lie, and it's all built on lies, and people believe it. The masses believe these people that are inciting the riots. They cause the problems and everything, and they lie. Hypocrites, big hypocrites and liars, man. Can't believe it. And the masses are believing them. They got their little, just doing whatever they're told. Yeah. So, that's what happens when you believe in the Lord's Maya. See, it's all about faith. Isn't it funny? Your faith can destroy you, and your faith can liberate you. If you have faith in a real representative of the transcendental Lord, see, the Lord fulfills his desires by his personal potency. See? So only the devotees who are in touch with the personal potency of the Lord, see, personal is the spiritual potency above all the modes of nature. Only they know the desire of the Lord. No one else can know. See? The desire of the Lord is greed. See? So greed for himself, greed for relishing relationships with his devotees. He's attached to that. See? So the desire of the Lord's in the material attraction in this world, the modes of nature, is for the objects of the senses. And that brings us down to more and more darkness. See, that's where the darkness is. The light is the ultimate truth. The highest truth is reality. Reality is temporary reality and eternal reality. What do you want? What do you want to just cultivate temporary reality? And is that, and that's what people are doing. They're in the reality of the temporary world and relationships, and they're cultivating that, and then they take another birth. And they don't know about, hey man, if you had two realities, you have a temporary reality where you're going to die, and you have an eternal reality where you're going to live forever. What do you want to cultivate? I mean, really cultivate, put prioritize. See, people don't know how to invest their time and money and energy. They don't know that, hey man, they can be immortal. So that's why they, end up going to this darkness, and they want to think, well, I want to be immortal, so let's build a machine, a computer, and put our consciousness in there and upload it into that. They even have a movie, they even have a television show called Upload, where you can upload your consciousness. That's called predictive programming. They want to say, well, this is what we're doing now. That's our immortality. We're going to go up into a computer, our consciousness.
Like Kamsa.
And Hiranyakashipu. I'm going to go to Vaikuntha, and I'm going to build a stairway to it. The stairway's already built. All you have to do is follow the acharyas who have made it. They've left the path. The path is in the book. See? And so the path is, the map is in the book, but people can't read the map unless you're unless you're in possession of the personal potency of the Lord. That is above all the modes of nature. And you can see reality from illusion and teach others the way to get there. Because you're there. If you're not there, how can you teach how to get where beyond the modes of nature into Vrindavan? If you're not there in your consciousness, if you don't know what is Vrindavan consciousness, and that's what we got now. See? All these people who are bad map readers, they don't know the map. The map is Prabhupada's books, the Goswami books. Can you read the map? Can you prove you've led people into Vrindavan consciousness? And I haven't seen anybody that's done that yet. Have you? Have you seen anybody in Vrindavan consciousness manifesting it other than what's going on here? The progression here, how fast it is in many devotees. See? And because it's like the world. See? The masses of devotees are like the masses in the world. They believe in those who are still on the level of just naturally hypocrites.
They say, yeah, I'm Gurudev. I represent Vrindavan and Krishna consciousness. Oh, yeah, can you get me to Vrindavan? Oh, yes. But they don't. See, that's hypocrisy. It's like, what's the difference between the world? Yes, I'm your leader here. Whatever I say is the right thing, and you follow it, and then you end up getting sick, and you end up dying because you're following. Because I have faith in those who are not real. See, they're not being real with me. They can't because they're under the Lord's Maya. If you have faith in Maya, if you have faith in illusion, if you think the illusion is your deliverance, if you even think the mode of goodness is going to deliver you, you're going to be cheated because Maya always cheats. That's her job. The mode of goodness will cheat you ultimately. The mode of good. Look at Daksha. He was in the mode of goodness and he was cheated. He was cheated. He acted in against the ultimate truth. He didn't understand it, but ultimately he learned his lesson. And that's why the map is there. The book is there. You need somebody to explain the book to teach you, so you don't have to go through so many lifetimes of missing the mark. People they don't learn the case. See, the law books. They don't learn the case between Daksha and Lord Shiva. They don't understand that. Gurus don't understand that. They're following the path of Daksha usually, and they fall prey to that because they don't understand the law. The law is, hey man, the devotee who is in charge, who is in possession of the personal potency of the Lord, which is basically Krishna, right? They have intimacy with Krishna. How do you know? Krishna is awakened in their body. They're in the Lord. They're not in the Maya. They're in the transcendental Lord, and the Lord proves it. You see, my devotee I'm in my devotee. You see it. There's the symptoms. You see in the law book, Prabhupada's book, chapter 23, Majjalila, that when a devotee is in me, and I'm in them, they become very ecstatic. And sometimes they laugh, cry, choke up, and have a great rasa dance with the transcendental Lord. There's my devotee. What's so hard? What's so hard to see where Krishna's working in this world? Right, Yamuna? Isn't it pretty easy to see where he's working? Yeah, Maya's always trying to cover this stuff up. And we're out there. We're at war, man. We're here to uncover it with the truth. We're going to make it so clear that these dense persons in this world can see it. We'll make it so clear that even a materialist say, wow, man, thank you for leading us to where the gold is, where the treasure is. I'm glad I'm in a desert. I can scream and shout and jump up and down, do whatever I want here. Nothing but vast space here. Isn't that true, though? Isn't that how come it's so difficult to understand these things? Because you have faith in Maya. You have faith in this word, you're going to see this is more logical than all that crapola Maya is laying on you every day. This is more logical, more clear, and gives you a happy experience with God and intimacy with God than religion. And all these religious leaders are just cracking the whip on you, making you work. You become really intelligent. Because when Krishna lives inside you, and now you're not just that Bhagavad Gita case, where, everything is in me, but I'm not in anybody. I'm not in these Vaidhi Bhaktas much either. How do you know? Well, they're not laughing and crying, because if you are, that means God is in you, because he is one ecstatic dude. He is raging in ecstasy, and the closer you are, you will shake and shimmy and cry and laugh like him. And if you're not, you ain't no guru of Vrindavan. You're something else. Usually more or less mundane. So what is the difficulty? Path is clear. Isn't it clear here? Doesn't it make sense?
It is clear.
Yeah.
But unknown.
Yeah. What do you think, River?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you.
It's getting clearer and clearer for me. By listening to you, it's getting clearer for me.
Me too. That's why I come here, for clarity.
I think one of the things I realized this morning in my class is that when I'm reading the scriptures, I get realizations like, you know, when Lord Nityananda and Advaita, when they fight together, and they're like playfully fighting. It's transcendental fighting, so there's a pastime there, and I get loads of experience if I read a word or if I read a pastime. It reminds me of a pastime here in the material world, and it showed me this morning that everything is from Krishna. Everything is from Krishna, because it kind of goes, well, they do this in this world, but Krishna does that as well, and it's transcendental, and you can see how everything in the book is transcendental. And when I think about something, so I'll give you an example. Today I read about how people, they like children, when they play with each other and they throw the bags, they take their bags off the school children and take their lunch and things like that and mess about. And so was Krishna. Actually, it was Lalita's class. It was Lalita's class. And the boys, they play like that together, but it's transcendental. But here, children get stressed out, and, you know, they get like suppressed and things like that when kids do that kind of stuff. But there's more of those, and you can see the transcendental from it. It's really nice. I like that it shows me that, and so that's kind of a lot that it shows me, so it's nice. Anything else is really when the false ego is triggered. I can see now myself, like Lalita saw it in me first, and then you saw it in me about how I'm clearing out with my crying. I really felt it today. Not in class, it was afterwards. I just was crying because I was triggered. So it was just coming out straight away. It was just all of that stuff was coming out. So I noticed that quite clear as well. I love getting up first thing in the morning and just doing class before anything. It was really good. And we were late today because we were just on it. I was just class after class, Lita's class, Johan's class, and then we did have a short Ethan, and we were like a little bit unprepared for our guru coming on.
That's great. We're cultivating what's real, and it's, you know, the more we get into it, the more exciting it is. You notice, the more energizing, the more life you get. And then more like, you know, and this is really the witness and the example. People have to see that. The more clear you get, the more understanding. This is Krishna consciousness. You know, Prabhupada was trying to lead us into that level where you're enlivened by this bhakti, the transcendental potency. It's more, everything else is dead compared to that. It's why you get up now and you come to these classes, and then you go to classes where they haven't manifested the spiritual potency yet. It's kind of like dull, you know, like boring, you know, it's like, it's not even alive.
It's boring.
It seems like empty, you know, because see, the modes of nature, they motivate people, but they're not real life. It's just temporary energy, very low vibration, you know. And so anyway, the world is going through a very low vibrational shift. I mean, it's coming out of people. This is kind of like all this stuff is coming out of them. You know, it's just. And maybe it's like a purging, because they even say it's like a purging, you know. It's like, you know, it's Jesus. He said, there'll be a time where everything will be shouted from the rooftop. The truth will be shouted from the rooftops. And that means the truth of the illusion, because that's what's being, I mean, it's almost like God, you can't see that these people are, it's like everything is coming out. The real cowards are coming out. They're
Showing themselves.
betrayers. Those who are betraying. And I have to mute some people here or whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing betrayals and all that stuff. And so the truth, whatever it is coming out. People see people's consciousness for what it is. And so that's probably what it is being squeezed, the lies and illusions out, I guess. I don't know. We'll see more and more. Yeah.
Seems nicer
Okay.
though.
Huh?
Maharaj. It seems nicer when I can understand that I've been triggered, and I can go on and do whatever I'm going to do, whatever service I'm going to do, and I can cry it out.
Yeah.
It's not in me still. It's just cry it out. And Lolita was the best one to tell me about that, because when you have anger and things, what helped the most is crying.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's working.
Yeah. Good. Excellent. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So since I'm talking here, I'm going to go back here. So Krishna, whatever he says is very profound. And boy, I read a lot here. God, I read more than I thought. Yeah. So Sri Bhadrani said, Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full in all opulences, yet upon seeing those he's full in all opulences. See, that's spiritual and material. See, these are all his opulences. And of the two, his spiritual is the best. And of the two, the spiritual is the most hidden. See, the material opulence is right before your eyes. You could see it everywhere. It's very easy to identify. And the spiritual opulences are there, but they're hidden. They're unmanifest. And, by discussion, it makes them manifest. By mantra. It's like, Krishna is giving us boons better than the best of Brahmins. The best of Brahmins could pronounce mantras, but usually in the mode of goodness, and it makes material things appear. Because it's Brahmins, Brahmin level stuff. Brahmana. Doing fire sacrifices to go to heaven and all this stuff. So they, way back when, these mantras, very powerful, could manifest demigod stuff. Demigods maybe would come and all this stuff. Hey, but these mantras, this Hare Krishna mantra, now in the right association, makes Krishna manifest. And with Krishna, he's the golden goose again. So all opulences come from him, the spiritual and material. Okay? And then so the devotees, they get a taste for the spiritual and they think, hey, man, this is way better. This makes me immortal. If people knew, if you can come here and then you're able to taste this immortal nectar, see, in the name and the pastimes and the qualities, it makes you an eternal person. You live forever now. Just like Narada Muni, you see, in his last life, he went through the same process all of you are going through. He heard from the sages about Harikatha, about the Bhagavatam. Okay? And all the modes of nature cleared off. And all of a sudden, then he's they're cleared out, and then he's attracted to chanting holy name. He did that for the rest of his life, and then boom, because of that, Krishna actually appeared in his heart, showed himself, and then Krishna said, or it was Narayan said, well, go on chanting some more, and then it'll all be great. And then he passed from the body, and then boom, he had his transcendental body because he was cultivating it, developing it. This is what people need to know. You come here, will awaken your spiritual body. I say we, because that's the job. The Prabhupada gave this job. Krishna blessed this work. So our work here is just awaken the spiritual body. What else is there to do? What else is there to do? Everybody is like bumping into walls, walking into darkness, walking around the darkness, don't know where to go because they don't have the light of devotion, the ecstasy, the spiritual potency, the personal potency of the Lord. Yeah. What good is anything? That's why, nothing works out right here. The demons, they're trying to get their plans to do, and they end up being, they win for a time, and then the modes of goodness, the demigods come and they get more powerful, and then it's back and forth and back and forth. For what? Another birth, both of them. Demigods get a lower birth, and then demigods get the, maybe higher in the modes. Nothing gets really done. I'm looking at that in the world. Where's everybody? They're just, the demigods or the good people. See, the good people who are a little more honest, and they're trying to, overcome all this evil that's coming, and the evil wants to overcome the good. It's all, this is all textbook, isn't it? And they don't know it. Both sides are in ignorance. This is all textbook Bhagavad Gita. The mode of nature is always trying to compete with the other mode. And you do this whole friggin' life and you die and take another birth. And you don't know because nobody's teaching you real Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Yeah. Here, you don't understand the Bhagavatam, that this other path of devotion, the awakening of your spiritual body, and then you understand what Jesus was teaching. My kingdom is not of this world. It's not of this material universe of dualities, material dualities. Is the kingdom where Jesus lives and Prabhupada lives and Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya and Dvaita is not of this world. Okay? This is maybe the fertilizer for it. And this is how it is in the, when you're on the path of devotion, this is what happens here. Wish I had my little thing here. So, for those gopis who could not go to see Krishna, intolerable separation from their beloved caused an intense agony that burned away impious karma. See, this is the whole thing. This path needs to be learned, is this path of attraction to Krishna. Because you come in here, we're not dealing with people adverse. You can also get Krishna. Just all you have to do is hate vehemently. You got to be obsessed with what we're doing in a negative way, and you will get purified. You will get Krishna. Or you got to become here, which is the preferable way. Be friendly to what we're doing. Be friendly to this path. Because we're teaching the path of union and separation. You come here, you're going to feel the friendship of Krishna, which is really wonderful. Maybe more intimate feelings for Krishna than that. Okay? And that union is going to dissolve your being a goody two shoes. Right, Lalita? Right, Sat? You see, you follow this path, you realize the what do you call, how it falls short. 2 fingers too short. If you're like that, and you're a lot of people are like that. They're here in Krishna consciousness. You were there for many years, in ISKCON and trying to cultivate, but it's always 2 fingers too short to get Krishna on that way. You had to get devotion. Now you capture Krishna, right? Not 2 fingers too short anymore because of devotion. Grab that guy, man. Don't let him go anymore. Yeah. See? But with the goody two shoes thing, didn't do anything but burn out, right? It's always like that. Burn out, you try to follow that path. And that's a good teaching because then you find this out. So now the union with Krishna gets you off that. Trying to be a good person, So now you're a transcendental person, okay? And automatically everything comes along. You're just naturally a good person, better than any good person in a way, because you're more pleasing to Krishna that way. Okay? So that, this union, it does this. So here we go. Read this. This verse is exactly the path we're teaching here. We're teaching 10th canto. So for those gopis who could not see Krishna, intolerable separation from their beloved caused intense agony that burned away impious karma. The separation burns the impious karma, and the union burns away the pious karma. The impetus, I want to, do good for people so I get a nice reward back from them. And a lot of times you're doing good and then you don't get the reward because they think, oh, hey, we got a good taker here, and they make you do more stuff for them, and it just doesn't work out. Anyway, this path, union and separation, is great. Is a wonderful way to do it. But you have to be with devotees empowered to awaken your spiritual body so you have attraction to transcendental Krishna, his personal potency, and this is rare. Yeah. And if you don't make that connection, then the only alternative is to be inspired by rules and regulations to serve Krishna on external bhakti. This is internal bhakti. Okay. So again, you have a choice now. Do you want to do internal bhakti or external? Now, if things are presented right, naturally, any somewhat intelligent person would think, yeah, let me do internal bhakti. Why not, man? In that way, see, only with internal bhakti can you go to Vrindavan. That's why, Krishna even said it's not by study the Vedas, it's not by mantra yoga, it's not by pious deeds, not by renunciation, not by austerity that you attain Krishna in Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. Hey, that's the internal potency. That's the personal potency of the Lord. It's through those devotees. That's where you get washed. That's where the Lord takes away your clothing, your material clothing of the soul, of the modes of nature. See, so you can enter Vrindavan. Otherwise, how can you enter? You got a big false ego. That doesn't fit in Vrindavan, unless you're a demon. You want to go there, you want to be, purified, you go to Vrindavan. Yeah. Hey, man, if you want to go to Vrindavan, you better come through here. Bring your little demons over here, and we'll pull a Krishna on you. Krishna through us will paddle that little demon out. We'll suck the life right out of that demon, whatever is in there, right? Exorcism. Where are you going to find a place where that can happen? It has to be empowered, man. Krishna has to really be working through the devotees. Otherwise, this cannot happen. That's why the Vaishnavas, unless they realize you can't go very far on the Vaidhi level, it takes a long time. How are you going to get these demons out of you? You're all suppressing all that. They're suppressed, pushed down. They got all these desires and darkness and everything. They got to just push it down because they can't deal with it. They can't get it out. They can't even look at it. That's why you become a hypocrite. Well, let's see. This is what the world is doing. They suppress the demons in them, dark side, and then they act hypocritically. Oh, it's like this. Oh, I'm a good guru. I'm a good follower and everything. Oh, yeah, I can get people to Vrindavan. And all this darkness is pushed down. See, they can't deal with it. And that's why it's always suppression. Oh, be humble, Prabhu. You express your mind. Oh, be humble, Prabhu. That's not very humble of you, being real. We don't deal with real people. We deal with lies. Liars. That's what they're doing. That's what they do. I'm learning this by looking at the world. I learned what is religion, what is Vaishnavism. I went through I had these big gurus, man, big, according to the world, big. I go to them, they stab me in the friggin' back. Stab everybody. Especially if you have any bhakti. Ooh, you're the first to go. And the world is, oh, it's so great. They're enamored by this. It's like the world. The masses of devotees act like the masses in the world. They believe in liars and hypocrites. Didn't Jesus call them out? And we're worshiping them still, right? Now, they killed them first because that's what they do. They want to suppress. See, this is the Maya, wants to kill Krishna. Krishna, the real Krishna, is his personal potency. See? His ecstatic potency. And the Maya is always trying to cover it up. But we got the order to uncover the truth, man. The truth will set people free. People don't know. Hey, man, the Lord has another potency. It's spiritual. It's personal. You can get it here. It's being distributed here. If you will have faith in this preaching, oh, I don't have faith. Well, come for a while. Come for 30 days if you really want Krishna. See if you don't get more of Krishna than you got 40 years following religious leaders. This is beyond religion. This is truth. This is 10th canto. You know, you come here 30, you'll see we're actually on the path of 10th canto. Right here, dealing with this union and separation as the method of purification, which burns away the subtle coverings and uncovers Krishna, relationship with the personal potency of the Lord, or Krishna through that personal potency living inside us, just like what Jesus gave the Holy Spirit. Well, hey, man, you know, this is it for the Vaishnavas. We start there, just like Jesus started with his religious group. We start with the Vaishnavas. It doesn't have to end with a lot of them won't even listen, even now, right? So it goes to anybody. That's why Paul went to the Gentiles after that. Oh, these religious leaders, they're stubborn. See the donkey demon in them. Very stubborn. No, yeah, Moses, Prabhupada said this. Moses said this. Same bullshit, right? No difference. You know, yeah, 50 years ago, Prabhupada put us in, he said Varnashram for forever and all that. Well, no, hey, man, what about? No, we don't change, man. We're going to die like this. See? And we're Prabhupada. We live on pride. We're Prabhupada disciple. We're Moses disciple. What is the difference? The same energy, man. I'm a Moses disciple, the Pharisees said. Now they say I'm a Prabhupada disciple. I follow the rules and regulations of Moses. I follow the rules and regulations and the Varnashram Dharma of Prabhupada, and I'll never change, and I don't want you to change. You listen to me. See? You got faith in that? That's where you go. Hard heart. Here, soft heart is ecstatic worship of the Lord. Otherwise, your heart is hard as a rock. Even in a mode of goodness, hard as a rock. If it doesn't melt with ecstatic devotion. So where do you want to go? We got to be frank now. Not much time, man. End times, tribulations, apocalypse time. You want the real path? You want to be real? You want to enter the spiritual dimension without having to die first to find out that you never really attained it? You believed in people lying to you. Inexperienced devotees. They're not really devotees yet. Devotees means you got the personal potency of Lord. I mean, that's it, man. You don't got the personal potency? Hey, man, devotee, what does that really mean? Yeah. We have to be a devotee, the devotional potency, it's transcendental and spiritual, has to be living inside us. Otherwise, are we really a devotee? Devotee of what? What are we devoted to? Well, I'm devoted to external rules, regulations. I'm devoted to flowers and ceremonies. I'm devoted to external everything. See, so that could be the mode of goodness, but hey man, devotee means ultimately, that's the guru. If you're going to be a guru of, you got to be not only a guru in name only, real devotion for Krishna. If you're a Vaishnava on this path, real pure devotion for Krishna has to be manifest in you. Okay? Then you're a real devotee, and if that's mature, you're a real guru or a spiritual teacher if it's a little, awakened and you're cultivating it. Otherwise, what is it? It's just in name only. I'm a Krishna devotee. Yeah, really? Are you devoted to it? Is the spiritual potency, the pure spiritual potency awakened in you? Now that's Krishna conscious. You can't be conscious of Krishna unless devotion is awakened in you. Then now you're conscious of who and what exactly Krishna is. Otherwise, you don't know. It's devotion that reveals that truth. Yes or no? Is this logical? I mean, do you want to spend your whole life and be a devotee in name only? Well, I'm a devotee of Krishna. You see how I'm dressed? I'm in the clothesline. Oh, really? You're a designer? I see. Yes.
I wear a uniform.
Nice. Sorry. I'm in the clothesline. Yeah. Oh, my guru dresses the best. He dresses for success. Yeah. Otherwise, see, we're into, you got to be real, man. Real devotion. Not in name only, but truth. The truth has to be in you. That's why Jesus said, I am the, Peter, who is it? Philip said, where's the path? Jesus, where's the path? He said, I'm the path, man. You see the book, the scriptures are tattooed on my body. That's the map, was on his body, man. I'm that path, man. You want the manifestation of the scriptures in life. Now you can see that scriptures. See with your eyes. You hear it with your ears. You're hearing, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. You're hearing God's Word. The truth from the spiritual potency is God's Word. If you're led by that, you're led right into the kingdom of God, otherwise not. Otherwise, who's your God? Fauci? Oh, Fauci and Bill Gates, and they're leading you to death. Everybody who is not in possession of the spiritual world, you're going to die and take another birth if you believe in them. That includes religious leaders. If they are not in the personal potency of Krishna, and they don't cry and prove it and laugh and choke up and show that God, that Krishna that is in the book is also living in them. Not just living in the book and not inside them. What kind of guru is that? Doesn't match the scripture, doesn't show the map. Okay? By the action of the book Bhagavat, see, that's the map, is the book, it's showing. And the devotee, see, absorbed in the mellows of devotion, see, real devotion, they can read the map properly, otherwise not. Only those who are pure in heart can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. And if you don't see God as the scripture, not in the scripture even, as the scripture, his word is the Lord, and you feel it. His name is the Lord, and you experience that. Because devotion.
Recognize.
Yeah.
Recognize. Really.
Recognize. See? Otherwise, you're unrecognized. So you got to have facial recognition. The Lord has facial, he's got to recognize it. But he's looking for, where's my devotee? Where's my devotee with devotion? Otherwise, you're not recognized. No, he's not looking. He's like, oh, that's my guy's identifying with my shadow. Who cares? I'm not interested in that. Where's my devotee? He's got his facial recognition. One devotee in the universe. Yeah, great. Let's save that universe. as a favor to that devotee. That was Advaita. He's trying to recognize all his fakers. Oh, there's my devotee. What does he want? I fulfill my devotee. Oh, please, Lord, deliver the universe. Okay, boom, he comes. And he's still here. We're delivering the universe. Well, actually, I have to say we, because he's here and using us. We're a team, man. We're the Green Berets of the Krishna conscious movement here. The Navy SEALs. Flopping around with our flippers, swimming in. We're the Navy SEALs, man. We're the SEAL team, man. You see the flippers going. What do we got here? Let's see what we got. Oh, I got a lot of comments. Sorry, I've been. Oh my goodness! All right, we'll put some comments up here. We'll have River read them here. Okay, and of course, oh boy! All right, we're going to read the comments here. This will give us some entertainment, and we'll start with. Oh my God! How many comments? You guys talk a lot, man. Talk more than me.
That's difficult.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to get some comments up here. All right, Johan says this. This is a test for River to see how good she can read. How good she can interpret Johan's comments.
I can when I can see them properly.
Yeah. Okay.
So what the gopis did was perfect.
Or do you want me to look at my other phone?
So read, somebody.
Read the comments. I'm just going to get them up.
I got them up here. Can you see them up here? No, maybe not.
It's not up there.
Oh, it's up there. It's up there. Maybe your camera is not showing them. I don't know. Can you see them, Lalita?
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
This one that you wrote now?
I didn't write that. That's Johan.
Sorry, that you show here, yeah.
Yeah.
So what the gopis did was perfect. Krishna is a really husband.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
See, Krishna is the real husband. So what they did was, it was actually perfect, and yeah, so that's a good point. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, can you read that? It's a new comment.
Everything what's happening now happened also in the time of Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Yeah. So I have to read what happened then, because I don't remember. Okay. All right, Freddie here. Okay, read Freddie's comment coming up here. Oops. Okay, Freddie.
I haven't my glasses. I haven't seen one ecstatic devotee in my entire life except you. Same for me, yeah. All external preachers, religious persons, Vaidhi Bhaktas, yoga practitioners and meditators, etc.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's true. It's rare. See, it's very rare to see ecstatic devotees. It was rare even at the time of Lord Chaitanya, right before his advent. There was Madhavendra Puri, where it started. Yeah, it started there, especially the conjugal. There were some other devotees, there was Mirabai and stuff like this, but really in the conjugal, the Lord came to give even the highest rasas conjugal, and the 4 rasas of Vrindavan, which is pretty rare. And now, it's just all we see are the symptoms of maybe liberation and or they're speaking about liberated stuff. And Vaidhi Bhaktas, this is highly unusual, uncommon. Yeah, and it's just like, see, everything in the book is like this now in reality. That's why I point to the map book. So like 500 years ago, 550 years. Okay, what's happening here?
Sorry, that was me, Maharaj.
Yeah. Okay. 550 years. Okay, I gotta just mute you there for a bit. Okay. All right. 550 years. Oh, it's still somebody here. I don't know who it is. Okay. All right.
Shall I mute me?
Oh yeah, mute yourself. Yeah, maybe it's you there.
You never know.
Okay, let's try that. Okay. It's still doing it. Maybe it's me. It could be. It's got to echo. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I have the feeling I'm gonna maybe take a person off or two for now, and see if it works. You can come back on in a little bit. Let's see. First, I'm taking off Tom. See if that worked. Okay, I don't hear the echo now, so maybe it was Tom. So don't come back on there, Tom. Just watch on the thing for a bit. Yeah, so we see these only the symptoms of Vaidhi usually, because this kind of bhakti is uncommon. That's why the devotees have a hard time recognizing it. Just like 550 years ago, right before the advent of the Lord, there was Madhavendra Puri. There's also Advaita, he was there, and Haridas. So these persons, and also whoever came, it was either latent in them, like it was just waiting to be expressed for the contact with Lord Chaitanya and the devotees. And so there was rare. It was very rare. And just like now, it's very rare. But you see, it becomes unrare because people are coming now and you're accepting that you're developing faith in this teaching. Okay? Faith. And the truth, the proof that this is true because it works. See, it actually is getting the desired result in many devotees. So, it's like the formula is by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, absorbed in devotion, the fruit of love of God is awakened in others. Okay? So this is a very potent process to get the deepest, highest result. And if people don't come this way, you're the poor. You remain poor. There's no wealth in this world like this, and this is the true wealth. Okay, so anyway, that's that. So, can I read? Oh, sorry, I got to unmute you.
Oh, God is one ecstatic dude.
Yeah, so that's true.
Freddy is always funny.
And Radharani is one ecstatic lady. So it's all about it. All the devotees, real devotees, are ecstatic. Ecstatic because happy, ecstatic, happy, see, transcendentally happy. This is forever. This is never has there been a time since 550 years that this has been offered so easily through our Sangha. This has been a big thing. Look at Bhakti Siddhanta was hiding this and teaching rules and regulations. Prabhupada was more or less hiding this and teaching rules and regulations. But he did it. He showed it more than Bhakti Siddhanta actually. He was, progressive in that way. And now we're really fluffing it out under his approval. Remember, lucid dream. It's my approval, doing exactly what I want you to do. More of that, man. See, so the Lord, it's time, to really show this and really preach this in this world, share this. Preaching it means manifesting it. Yeah, it's wild, it's reckless, and it's uncommon, but hey, man, it's reality. Okay, let's see what else we got.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Lance, he writes, Jacqueline Nilekoy has been fast-tracked into having amazing ecstatic symptoms. It's so beautiful.
Who?
I talked to Jacqueline
Oh,
Nilekoy, but mostly,
Jocelyn. Jack. What's the name? Yeah,
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 she writes her name in the opposite way, mostly.
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but she comes to all our classes, and I had several talks to her, and I want to encourage her to come here in Be Live to talk about it.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Actually, you should, Jocelyn. Jocelyn. That's her. How you pronounce her name?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jocelyn.
just
You should. Yeah, if not, you should. But if you want to
you're right.
actually
Yeah,
help yourself and help others more, come and do this, because this is how we're going to make a difference. There's no time to hold back stuff now. The world is going to pot. They need to know this, and you'll see, you'll become more dear to the Lord by sharing. You'll get more realizations and more understanding, and plus you'll get more mercy of the devotees. So this is a good way to keep it going. So come here and learn how to come on. The link. Yeah. Anyway, you guys have the links. And
I talked about it with her, but I will send it again.
yeah,
It would be nice to see her
yeah. And
in the group.
that's not only for you, but for everybody should be coming
Yeah,
on.
Lance as well.
Yeah, Lance, come on. I mean, you go on Amina's. Why wouldn't you come on ours? What is this? You go on Mina's. She's always inviting you. I heard that you're always going on there. Why don't you come on here? What is this is really the core of
This
the
is the
preaching.
real thing, yeah.
Yeah, or the preaching. Go on Mina's. You're not coming on here. What's that saying? Come on, man. And that
Don't
goes
dilute
for
the milk.
everybody. Yeah, where are you? Shamagori? Where is everybody? Get your buddies, get your booties on here, man. Come on, man, wake up. Yeah, there's no time to waste.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday there was a devotee. I'm not going to mention its name, but Guru Maharaj knows him.
Uh-huh.
And he again put the fire on my feet and he said, how many disciples does he have? Meanwhile, Guru Hari does. It's about the amounts. And I thought, man, if you want to see amounts, we've got to show a little bit more amounts.
Oh, well, that's
We've
another
got to
thing.
show our faces.
Yeah. Well, not only that, because this is thing. How it's like saying, hey, Jesus, you only had 11 disciples. The Pharisees have so many. Yeah. Same thing.
It's the biggest religion now.
Huh?
Still the biggest religion.
Yeah.
Christianity is still the biggest religion of the world.
Yeah. And that's just how it is. This is so deep and so rare. It's like going to Madhavinda Puri and saying, hey, Madhavinda Puri, he didn't have that many disciples, Yeah, maybe a handful. And Madhavinda Puri, what is, you don't have many disciples, but look at all these Mayavadi sannyasis. Look at all these other guys. Isn't that the way it is with the masses? Only a few always know. Yeah. It's just kind of how it is. It's because it's very deep. With Lord Chaitanya, at first he just had a handful of people. And most of Navadvip was against him when he changed. Oh, they liked him as a proud scholar. Oh, proud scholar. Oh, it was great, And as soon as he manifested the devotional potency more openly, and ecstatically and crying and all that stuff. What happened to Nibai? He was a nice, proud scholar. We like that. They can identify with pride, And they were going around, people Navadvip, they're going, my guru is better than your guru. And they're all doing all these things. It was all pride stuff. And even the Lord was into that. He was matching their energy, basically. And then later on, he said, then all of a sudden, what's going on with them? He had to leave Navadvip. And later on, thousands apologized when they saw he was successful. Just like now, you're going to watch. People will why? Because the Lord, truth always wins. The truth is the Lord is here. They can say, oh, you blah, blah, blah. That's a lie, isn't it? It's a lie. If you don't recognize the Lord's spiritual potency, you're not recognizing the true God. And you can go, oh, Krishna, I love you and all this. But boy, look at Gaurahari and his friends, man. They're blah, blah. They only have a few followers, but I follow this illustria Japa this and Japa that. And all these guys, they have thousands of followers. But you know what? All their stuff is going to fall down because it's not based on the truth. See? Not based on the truth, not based on real qualification. You know, you have to have the Lord living inside you in this transcendental potency. Otherwise, everything's going to fall. Everything's going to go bye-bye. Nothing is real except Krishna and Krishna's real devotees, where he's really living inside and alive, because he makes them immortal. He's the immortal nectar himself. Yeah. And that's going on here. And that's the truth. You don't believe it? That's your Maya. And we snuff it out. You know, if you hate this, what I'm saying, well, it's good. Keep watching and get so angry that fumes come out of your ears and you'll get purified. Okay? Because it's true. So it is. You know, you put that everything that, you know, vehemence, you know, either be really friendly with the Lord and the devotees here, you know, or you go the path of anger, or worse, indifference. That's like, oh, I don't care about that. You go, you know, to here, at least you got to lock on. Yeah. Like Jesus said, you know, either hate me or love me, but don't be lukewarm. I spit you out of my mouth. That's why Paul became a saint. He's really he was obsessed with those Christians. And then Jesus comes and he said, Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? You persecute a devotee, you're persecuting Krishna.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's okay. I mean, that ends up being, you know, for your benefit. See, this is way of you know, when Jagai or Madai hit Nityananda, he was ecstatic. He says, now this guy hates me. Oh God, I lay claim over him. See, who can understand that? He became a pure devotee. Yeah? Yeah, Jesus was getting whipped and all this, and the Pharisees were sitting out there, one intelligent, I think it was Nicodemus. He looked, he says, wow, this is how it is, man. This is right from the scriptures. He was a manifestation of the scriptures. Nicodemus quoted the scripture. He said, with every lash we are healed. And here's the representative of that. See, all that anger reposed on the representative of the Lord is reposing it on the Lord, and people get purified. Okay. Isn't that what we just read there? You know, Narada Muni said, he said either, you know, those who hate the Lord get purified because they're locking on to the transcendental Lord and their energies in aversion. And those who love the Lord, those who are friendly with the devotees and friendly with God, also get purified. So most of us are going the friendly way.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'd rather go this way. I want to fight with the Lord. Well, sometimes we fight with the Lord. River's a little bit like that. She's a fighter, aren't you? You like to, sometimes you just hate that little blue guy. Doesn't he cause a lot of problems in your life?
No, not like before.
Not like before.
I mean, it's because I've been here for so long now, and I've been cleansed so much now. And I'm not saying I'm fully cleansed. It's much easier. Even the triggers are much easier.
Much
and with
easier.
me talking about them makes them more definite as well.
Yeah.
So I can see it clearly when it's happening.
Yeah.
Things are happening.
You can help a lot of devotees through these times too, you know, when they come.
Lots are coming, actually, Maharaj.
Huh?
Lots of devotees are coming to my classes.
That's amazing. That's great. Yeah.
And they come a lot. and I send them all. I give them all the other devotees. Whatever I share with all the other devotees, and they go on to their classes now as well,
Oh,
which is
that's
really nice.
great. That's what we need. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a little bit too difficult to, just right off the bat. Send them to everybody else first.
I do actually send them to, I say, keep coming to me. I used to say you a lot, but now because of what you say, it is kind of good to get used to
Oh,
yourself
yeah. Get them
and the
used to.
other
Yeah.
devotees.
Purified a little bit. Because I'm not holding back here. I'm just like, you guys have been around. It's like the intimate circle. It's just very similar when Jesus said to his disciples, he would tell them more intimate things, and then he'd go to the public and tell them more parables and superficial stuff, and then he goes to his intimate ones. Yeah. So, yeah. And so that's just kind of, it's good. I think it'll work out better. Okay, what else we got here? Okay. What is Govinda said something here? Read that.
Oh, Govinda, and the only living ecstatic devotees have seen are those awoken by Sri Ragora Haridas.
Yeah. Well, that's proof that, this is our
Yeah.
work here. This is what Prabhupada, proof that his order was real. See, because a lot of people have dreams, it's just a dream. Yeah, it's just a dream. Well, if this is more important, which Prabhupada said, if you have a dream of a spiritual master or Mahapurusha or Krishna, it's very special. Pay attention, and so, yeah. So anyway, this is proving that the blessing of the Vaishnavas and the Parampara and the Lord is upon our work here, which is not really work. I mean, it's like we're like, this is Vrindavan. We're just playing. It's fun. Yeah. That's why a lot of people they say, "Oh, you got so few followers, and you're not very serious." My Gurudev is really grave.
No, my Gurudev is.
Yeah, Gurudev's very serious and with a big stick, and we're sitting there playing with the sticks.
Yeah, we are the little gopis. The gopas.
Gopas and gopas. Yeah, playing. And that's how did Krishna liberate beings in Vrindavan? Very playfully. Lord Chaitanya very playful says he very playfully took sannyas. It was just whatever play, it's just a play thing. It's like being in a sandbox. Okay. What else here? Check this out.
Narottam felt the spirit of the Lord enter his heart. Narottam started to dance in ecstasy up and down the bank of the river.
Yeah, you see, he felt the spirit of the Lord enter the heart. That's like the Holy Spirit. That's how it is. It's not that the Lord, and it's a kind of a yoga maya thing. He just awakens in the heart, and then he closes up like a flower opens and closes, union and separation, just and this causes pastime. Otherwise, if the Lord's always there, what kind of pastime is that? Oh, you just walk around homogeneously. That's Brahman. You're just in this, and it's not full of variety and all these varieties of various mellows. So it has to have this opening and closing and stuff.
Up and down,
up and down, and intrigue and thriller and all that, thrilling. All these things that are in the world have to be in this life of a devotee, man. That's why they say it's the great. When Jesus was here and when all devotees are here or the Lord is here, it's the greatest show on earth. They show the greatest thing on earth here. Or it's like now with Lord Chaitanya, this is the greatest show on earth with what he brought here in the world. And now it's being expressed. Oh, what we're doing here are the seeds of we're just building the stage and getting the act together here, the troupe. You know how they're practicing the troupe? They get better at their art, and that's what we're doing here. We're on the stage and are getting purified so we can play our parts better and better. For what? For the greatest show to attract attention. For what? Back to the spiritual potency that very few are really doing. They're not. You got to be an example of a group purified to work like this. You see, with Lord Chaitanya, it built. See, he was cultivating a devotional tree, and with the devotees, and they got more and more purified and more powerful, and it became more and more attractive. See, to attract the people to that show and not the show. You see how Maya's doing it, attracting people to the show, her show. Well, we have to also get purified and attract people to the transcendental show. Not just the Vaidhi show, that's already done, right? That's a kind of a, compared to this, that is boring.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay, next.
That's why we all come listen to you, Gurudev. We need this transcendental brainwash. Yeah, true.
Transcendental brainwash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually more of a heart wash. It's a heart washing the heart. Yeah. Prabhupada did the brainwash, washing the brain, with the scriptures and all that. We also, more of a washing the heart, man, purifying the heart. Blessed only the pure in heart can understand Bhagavatam. So the heart has to get purified by this bhakti. So it's really a heart wash, actually. That even sounds better. Brainwash has a bad connotation in the world. They think it's kind of to do with a cult. So we're doing a heart wash.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't sound
much better. A heart wash. You never heard of a cult being a heart wash. Nobody would say, we're washing your heart, man. Because that sounds really positive, right?
Oh, it sounds
brainwash doesn't sound so positive. Like, brainwash over there? No. Heart wash. Washing the heart.
But we get enlightened, meanwhile, while the heart is washed, we get enlightened.
Yeah.
Listening and hearing in this divine association of this Sangha, even with little faith, can give super rapid progress. As Srila Prabhupada said, there are many societies and association of pure devotees, and if someone with just a little faith maybe begins to associate with such societies, its advancement to pure devotional service is rapid.
Yeah, okay. And now this people need to explain. It's not all the same pure devotees. So you got to know there's two types according to the book. See, we need to read the map on this. Otherwise, it's just general. And that's what he's speaking. The general people think it's all one. It's not all one. It's specific path. And what he's saying is right. There are many societies of pure devotees, but very rarely this kind of pure devotee where the pure devotional potency is manifest. Here, where there's a society of liberated souls here, because you're liberated by this devotion, right? Is this true? People think, oh, that's a bunch of false ego, Gohari. How dare you not a devotee? And you're saying you guys are liberated souls. Well, hey, man, the Lord Brahma said, those who evince the symptoms of ecstasy, tears in the eyes, hair standing on the end, choking of the voice, all these symptoms are promoted to the kingdom of God. They don't take another birth. Is that a liberated soul or what? See? So this is a society of pure devotees on a liberated platform. See? Now, see that I'm just going by the book. It's just, it doesn't, you can, it's only the persons with envy and jealousy. They can't even think. Hey, man, we're just going by the book, man. No false humility. Just, we want to know as it is, right? Do you want false humility to guide your life? You want to believe in falsely humble who are not in truth? I'd rather be in truth. The truth is going to set us free. Okay? The truth is that so there's a society of liberated souls. Either two types of pure devotees. One are the liberated associates of the Lord. That's here in our Sangha. Many liberated already. Okay? And the other type are the neophytes. See? Those are the ones that devotion has not awakened in their hearts. So Prabhupada says there are many societies of pure devotees that can help you advance in devotion, right? To devotion. Okay? So that's the most are the neophyte level of pure devotee. They're very sincere. There's a lot of sincere devotees. They've given their lives to Krishna, but they're still on the Vaidhi platform. And their way, if they develop sufficient greed, and the best way is you hear 30 days here and see if this doesn't make more sense than anything. Because if you're in touch with real devotees who have real devotion, their logic will be superb. Their understanding will be deep like an ocean. And their ecstasy will be as you read in the scriptures. See? That's convincing, isn't it? And the fruit of that will be manifest in those who are listening and have developed faith in that preaching, to show that they're not having faith in lies and untruths and hypocrisies. Otherwise, this kind of fruit will not manifest. See? And so you come here 30 days and you hear talks like this. You hear discussions like this, and you're putting money in your bank, your spiritual bank account here now. This is better than Bitcoin and putting money in gold and stuff like this. This is true gold. This will be with you forever. And after 30 days, if you find that it didn't benefit you, money back guarantee. Get all your money back that you paid in. Oh, there's no money involved. Oh, well, so you lost a little time. But I don't think you're going to be a loser. I think you're going to win on this one. So you know, and if you're say a sincere devotee and a Vaidhi and all that, and you think what we're saying is bogus and blah blah blah, and you go your merry way, and that shows you. Doesn't matter how sincere you are on the Vaidhi platform. If you have just faith in that, then you're not ready for this. Okay? But if a person, this is how powerful this path is, a person never followed all these rules and regulations that many Vaishnavas are doing, if they come here, Krishna makes up the difference and you become 100 times more advanced than them. 100 times, at least. Simply because you come where the spiritual potency is working, and that is the most purifying place in the universe. If it's not like that, like this here, this is a place where the Lord is working in this transcendental potency. That's going to be the most purifying place to be. That's an oasis in this desert of this modes of nature in the universe. It's an oasis floating around here on the earth. Okay, great. Amen. Wake up, Tom. You can read. You read something now. Get him to read. Oh, here.
I'm awake.
Keep him awake. Practice
any
your with
or where I continue?
Can you see here Aman's comment? I just put it up on the screen.
From the comment. Okay.
I think it's just the same.
It's
the same comment as the other one.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about
He
that.
wrote it twice. He posted it twice.
Okay, here you go. Here's another one. You don't see it on the screen, I guess, huh?
I need a few seconds to
Oh, I
load
see.
it on the tablet. Okay, I can see the last one. Aman Narayan. There
No,
was one man who came up to me saying he does not want to hear this Sangha. So we replied, if you do not want to hear this Sangha, then how can you attain the lotus feet of the Lord? As it is written in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 19257. And then the text from that verse. Whoever hears with faith and love certainly develops love for God at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's the end of this post.
Yeah, so that's really the essence. Faith and love. If you hear about Lord Chaitanya from devotees with faith, and then if you hear with faith, love is going to naturally awaken in you. Naturally awaken for both the devotee and the Lord automatically, because they manifest the Lord. And so when that happens, now you realize these things. You become more and more like that. See? Okay, let's see what else we got here. Johan here. Okay, can you see that?
The one of Johan, Acharya Chila Garai Das Maharaj. If you go more to the beginning, you can see what I write, what happened in the time of Jeremiah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't want to do that right now. Maybe a little bit later. Okay, so I guess you don't see the comments on the screen where
No, I don't think you see.
You see them, right? You see
I
them?
can see them.
Yeah.
I can see.
Okay, then read it. Show me that you see it.
Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 21, verse 119. The transcendental mellows generated from the dealings between the gopis and Krishna cannot be tasted by means of fruitive activity, yogic austerities, speculative knowledge, regulative devotional service, mantra, yoga, or ...
Yeah.
Always going back.
So the
Always going.
transcendental mellows cannot generated from the dealings between the gopis. Well, well, cannot be tasted by means of fruitive activity, yogic austerity, speculative. That is the text of the. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it can only be tasted through the ecstatic worship of the liberated souls who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. So it always comes back to that, you know. Bhakti is born of bhakti. A Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Bhakti is born of bhakti. You want this kind of bhakti. This ecstatic devotion is born of ecstatic devotion. No ecstatic devotion, no ecstatic devotion. No birth in you. If you want ecstatic devotion, you got to be with ecstatic devotees who are empowered to spread ecstatic devotion. Okay? And otherwise, no ecstatic devotion. You know, if you don't, and so when you see ecstatic devotion and you hear it preach, you see we're preaching it. You don't like this message, you don't like this word, you don't get it. You're again. Well, maybe you get it, but if you stick around and you start, I hate you, go hard, you make me burn up, man. You're gonna get. You're literally gonna burn up yourself. You're gonna burn up all your illusions and find out this is the truth. Just because you're locked on to this. If you come and say, wow, this is a great message, man, I want to be here, I want to learn, I'm getting more and more attracted, you're also going to know. This is better, actually. Because if you go that way, you might just end up getting Brahman. I don't know, get liberated. That's good, but not like this. This is better. Okay. Okay. So just you read, Lolita. Just make it easy.
Really?
Yeah, just read. I just want to just the thing comes up, read the doggone thing.
You have your glasses on, so you read.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Acharya Sri Agora Haridas Maharaj. If you go more, today begin. No, it's again the same.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going moving on.
I just read the same, Lolita.
I'll just keep moving on here. Okay. Whoops.
Okay. There was one man who came up to me saying he doesn't want to hear this Sangha. So we replied, if you don't want to hear in this Sangha, then how can you attain the lotus feet of the Lord? Yeah, we said it already also.
Okay. Let me. Oh, that's it then. Okay.
And that's it. Dol Barbie said, very right, Maya is bad.
Yeah, exactly. Maya is bad. Maya's a bad girl.
Polinese is here.
Oh, good.
Radhe Radhe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Doll Barbie said she can't get on in India because of the platform. If you get a VPN, you can get on, I think. Just got to get a VPN and hide your identity. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to go back a little bit here. So, women who desire a good destination in their next life should never abandon a husband. Oh, brother, I got the freaking echo again. I'm going to have to take you off, Yamuna. I think it's your thing here. Okay, I think it is, yeah. Okay, yeah, it was. Oh, God. Okay, I just got to do it like this here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah, so text 25. Women who desire a good destination in the next life should never abandon a husband who has not fallen from his religious standards, even if he is obnoxious, unfortunate, old, unintelligent, sickly, or poor. See? So ultimately, Krishna's really he's the one who never falls from his religious standards. So he's kind of acting duplicitously with teaching the truth in a tricky way. See? So he's saying you're actually doing the right thing, but he says it in a kind of a tricky way. See? Oh man, why does this keep doing that? Oh, I see. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Ram, Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari. You should not be so astonished by Krishna, the unborn master of all masters of mystic power. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, after all, it is the Lord who liberates the world. And it's always like that. That's why if you find authentic devotees, they're not saying, I'm liberating the world. No, it's always the Lord is liberating. It's the Lord in them that liberates people. If people can really see that this is where the Lord is working, that the Lord is using that temple to liberate them fast. So that's what the Lord is thinking. See, the Lord said, if you go to my temple, like external temple in Vrindavan or Vishnu temple, it liberates you, or take baths in the Yamuna even, or Ganges. You get purified after a longer time. After a long time, he said. Okay? But if you go to the temple where my devotee is, see, my devotee, that's where I'm really manifest. See, I'm manifesting. That's why the Lord manifested here. Lord Jagannath was here, right? Before? Lord Jagannath was here for thousands of years. And yet Lord Chaitanya came, there was something different. Okay? Something more powerful way of purifying. Matter of fact, the devotees would go to him first, other than going to Lord Jagannath. There we go. We'll get her now. See, because there's more powerful purification when the Lord is here personally. So now he's unmanifest. What's the only alternative, really, for that kind of powerful purification, or something near to that? A devotee being here and the Lord appears in the temple of their heart. His transcendental presence is there. Manifest. See? And then you see that manifest. You go there and you're getting the holy water, not going into the church and they got the holy water in the little thing there, or you got the Brahmin throwing the water on you. You come to the holy water, the tears, you see a devotee, often you will cry too. You feel that when they throw the water, the pajari, on you, and you get splashed, you start bursting in tears? No. But here, you see the holy water flow from the eyes, tears might come to your eyes also. See, faster purification. The result is quicker because more powerful. Okay. So, after all, it's the Lord that liberates the world. Yeah, you want to be liberated slower? Well, just do Vaidhi Bhakti and gradually. And you want to be liberated quickly? Well, you did your course in Vaidhi. You're ready for Raganuga, spontaneous devotional service principles being taught. You want to see what is spontaneous devotion. You want to feel it. You want to kind of see what the tangibleness of it. That this is a tangible product that we're selling for free. Yeah, you got to be around where the temple of the Lord is. The Lord is actually manifest in the world through the heart of that devotee, chanting in ecstasy. Otherwise, where are you going to get this? Where are you going to get this kind of purification? Then it's just like Lord Jagannath being here before the descent of Lord Chaitanya. Okay? It's all external stuff, external bhakti, external rituals, external this. Okay? Even chanting. You can chant Hare Krishna, but like Krishna Das Kaviraj said, you can chant the Hare Krishna mantra for millions of lifetimes and not manifest the ecstasy of Vrindavan. Okay? Millions of lifetimes. So what's your alternative? Well, he said, you can chant the names of Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya, and then the ecstasy will manifest. But has it? Still, usually not. You need to meet the devotees who chant the holy name in ecstasy, and by their association, very quickly you come to that platform. Otherwise, more slow, is this. Yeah. So seeing that the girls of Raj had arrived, Lord Krishna, the best of speakers, greeted them with charming words that bewildered their minds. So, Lord Krishna said, "O most fortunate ladies." Oh, most fortunate. Why are they fortunate? Because they're attracted to Krishna. Because they go to Krishna. See? Yeah. Now, Krishna is unmanifest. You get another chance. If you can figure out where Krishna is, if his hiding place is found out, and you go there, you become a most fortunate lady. You get your gopi body probably, if that's your ras. You'll get whatever ras you are. That makes you fortunate, right? Yes or no? People coming here, you become really fortunate. The people don't know what good fortune is. You think good fortune is becoming a big Brahmin. You think that good fortune is becoming a big sannyasi with a nice stick and all the pride that comes along with it. You think good fortune is have a lot of followers and adoration and respect. No, good fortune is to become a devotee like these gopis or the residents of Vrindavan and are attracted to transcendental Krishna. Good fortune is to go to the devotees where Krishna's spiritual potency is manifested. That is the best fortune in this universe. If you don't go there, you're still poor. You're a poor boy and a poor girl. Still poor. Okay. Oh, most fortunate girl. See, they went to Krishna. That makes you fortunate. And you guys are fortunate. You come here, look at you. You got Krishna. Can you imagine? All I'm doing is make it clear what's really going on here. People are they're in this dark, comatose state. They can't even see what's plainly obvious. You have to point it out. It's by the action of the book, Bhagavad. See the book, right? And the devotee absorbed in devotion. Yeah, that action makes it clear. Otherwise, there's no clarity. Then people still follow gurus who are not fortunate yet. They haven't received the result, the full result of following a pure devotee. Even though they had initiation from Prabhupada, they haven't got the full result until love of God manifests in your heart. Until you're really attracted to go with Krishna. And here's the test, my friends. Here's the test right here. If you don't come because you're attracted and you're not convinced that Krishna is not here, even though you see the ecstasy of Krishna, even though you hear it promoted, you hear it talked about, you hear it discussed, these very intricate, intimate, profound principles of spontaneous devotional service on the level of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is postgraduate, you don't come. Okay? You're not really the full result of good fortune yet. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, you're fortunate because you have been chosen.
Well,
it's out of mercy of the Lord. That it's His mercy, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, you're chosen in that sense. And choosing, because the Lord can lead you and you could say, no, I don't want to go, because
ready to react. Yeah.
So anyway, that's a beautiful truth there that Krishna's pointing out. What may I do to please you? So that's what happens when you get the mercy of the Lord. It's like, oh, the Lord becomes your servant in that way. You're serving the Lord, right? He also wants to get in on the act. You think you just want to serve the Lord and he doesn't want? No, I want to serve my devotees. That's what I'm here for. What can I do for you? Well, see, a materialist, they're getting boons from Krishna indirectly, from his Maya. They're coming, oh Lord, please give me gold and give me a beautiful woman. And he does. He gives you gold and you get all the troubles with it. He gives you a beautiful woman or a man and you get all the troubles with it, right? Because it's not perfect. But, oh Lord, see, this is what you can do for me. I'm attracted to your spiritual potency or want to be. Give me yourself. Give me your transcendental self. You be my husband. You be my beloved.
You be my doctor.
See? Yeah.
More.
Yeah. See, and then he gives it. See, when you're a devotee of his spiritual potency, most people aren't. Therefore, you want to become fortunate, you come to where the fortune is and learn from those who are already fortunate. They'll tell you these things. It's right in the verse, right there. What can I do for you? Well, if you've been invited bhakti, you've had gurus and everything, and you're still praying, Lord, what you can do for me is give me yourself, give me your love, give me your prema, love for you, give me love for you. See? And then the Lord will lead you to the devotees who have attained that without cheating you. Everything else is a cheating thing. Oh, Lord, I come to Krishna consciousness because I want a good wife and a good husband, or I want a good social life, or I want to be a Brahmin. I want to be a teacher. Okay, the Lord says, okay, here you go. Okay. And eventually you realize, oh, it's not about being a teacher or getting a good wife and all that. It's about getting Krishna himself. Lord, I'm just telling people what the verse says, and what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't have the understanding. In Belgium, we have loads and loads of these little chapels in fields.
Yeah.
And people go and with Mother Mary statues, and then
Uh-huh.
people ask all material things.
Yeah.
Nobody asks for devotion. Nobody.
Yeah. So that's
You
why.
can read all those
Yeah.
little papers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of times it's because they don't promote it. These the ministers, the temple presidents, these gurus, they're not
Please.
promoting, hey, that devotion is the greatest friggin' thing in the
No,
world. My God.
no.
What are they interested? Oh no, do your tithing so you get a good life.
Yeah.
Rules, the glories of rules and regulations, glories of we're going to do a big Pondo program. All this, everything but the essence of truth. Okay. So this is the preaching of real devotees. They preach the truth. The truth is devotion to Krishna. It's eternal, man. That's great treasure. Well, if you don't have that, then your life is a failure in that sense. If you die without devotion to Krishna, you still failed. Doesn't matter, you're a pious person, everything. You're not real yet. You're not fully alive. Go to the demigods. Go have a nice thing. They're very pious there too. They believe in Krishna. They're studying the Vedas also. But you can't go to where the devotees are. If you come here, you're going to go to Vrindavan, because that's what our preaching is all about. That's what our showing is all about. That's just what Lord Chaitanya and his devotees showed. That's what we're doing here. And if you're not behind this, you're not behind the real Krishna. You're not behind the real Lord Chaitanya yet. You don't know them. You don't know who you worship, but we do. We're relishing that every day. We're understanding that every day, deeper and deeper and deeper. So much so, that's our preaching, is what we are realizing. And whoever comes, it becomes ecstatic like Jocelyn, because she has faith. What is Jocelyn? I don't even know her, really. I haven't talked to her, but she's coming every day. Obviously, she has faith in this. What is the result? Ecstatic devotion. She must have real faith. That's why she come up and testify. And you will show people the real path. Otherwise, nobody knows. Okay? It's a faith deal. You have faith in Maya, you go into Maya. You have faith in the representatives of Maya, you go into Maya. You have faith in those who are religious but are not, like ecstatic and realized, not liberated souls. You go where they go. Maybe they're demigod types, or they go up, be with them. Yeah. You go and you have faith in this preaching, you're going to become an ecstatic devotee. You're going to become really fortunate. This is only good fortune in this universe, is to become an ecstatic devotee. If there's somebody out like that preaching, then you're very fortunate to go to them wherever they are. So please tell me the reason of your coming here. See, so you come to Prabhupada, a lot of people did, they came to become guru, right? That's what they got. They came to become acharyas and spiritual masters. That's what they got. Made a big mess of things in many ways because they can't help people very well. They can't even tell them what is the essential goal yet. Okay, so River, you read a little bit now.
The comments or from a book?
From a book.
So I have the Gita here, and
read from the
I
Gita.
do have the Srimad Bhagavatam here.
Read from the Gita. Read whatever, man.
I think this is an original one.
And so I'm going to try and give everybody a chance. So not just to make it, so I'm going to try that too.
Okay, I'm going to read from this marker.
Wait, I mute myself because Balaram is knocking with a hammer.
Oh.
I'm going to read from the a marker that Karuna's left here. It's says 108, but anyway, it's the Bhagavad Gita, the opulence of the absolute. That's what it's called, and I'm going to start from verse 8.
Start from the beginning.
I offer my respectful obeisances to my wonderful spiritual master, Srila Gaura Haridas. Srila Gaura Haridas, Acharya of this age, and I offer my respectful obeisances to all the previous Acharyas and the whole Parampara. Jai. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Marjana. Okay, verse 8. It's chapter 10. Oh, chapter 10. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with their hearts. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. I'm going to read the purport. It's only very well. Okay. By His Grace, Prabhupada. I learnt a learnt scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya, and who knows how to apply these teachings, can understand Krishna. In this origin of everything, in both the material and the spiritual worlds. And because he knows perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in devotional service of the Supreme Lord. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or by fools. All Vedic literature agrees that Krishna is the source of Brahma, Shiva, and all other demigods. In the Atharva Veda, it is said, It was Krishna who came in the beginning, instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge, and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again, it is said, then the Supreme Personality, Narayan, desired to celebrate living entities. And again, he said, from Narayan, Brahma is born, and from Narayan, the patriarch are also born. From Narayan, Indra is born. From Narayan, the 8 Vasus are born. From Narayan, the 11 Rudras are born. Narayan, the 12 Aditis, I think it says that, are also born. Hey Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. I'm just going to miss a few of this, that. Okay, this is all right. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality, Narayan. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no fire, no moon, no stars in the sky, and no sun. There was only Krishna, who creates all, who creates all and enjoys all. In the many Puranas, it is said that Lord Shiva was born from the highest, the Supreme Lord Krishna. And the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped. In the Moksha Dharma, Krishna also says, the patriarchs, Shiva, and others are created by me, though they do not know that they are created by me, because they are deluded by my illusionary energy. It is also said, Narayan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. From him, Brahma was born, from whom Shiva was born. Lord Krishna is the source of all generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything.
See,
He
the
says that
deluded. See, deluded. Everybody is deluded by the material modes of nature. See, dilute. See, we are weakened, impotent because of dilution. See, so the material modes dilute our potency. They weaken. They put us in prison. See, they imprison us. This is why in the material world is like a prison house, and they're prisoners here, and the only way is we have to have the undiluted truth. See, that's the Bhagavatam spoken by devotees. See, that's like getting Krishna. See, like Krishna jumped into the Kalya Lake, Kalya River. The river is what people drank in Vrindavan. They drink that. Their water is Harikatha, is the truth about Krishna. So Kalya was in there and polluted the river, and nobody knew it until they went and drank it. Then they became deluded and died, even spiritually. That's like the world. And so what did Krishna do? He jumped in with his pure spiritual form. See? And then he purified that river. This is the same thing. People have been deluded by the modes of nature. The devotee is here and they preach the truth. See? Truth is Krishna, see? In his undiluted form, as he is. And this is what liberates people. This is the only thing that'll purify them. See, this kind of preaching. That's why you got to be empowered, man. The Lord has to really be in you, to speak such truth that purifies those who believe your preaching. See? Why is Jocelyn becoming ecstatic? Because she's listening to this preaching. And that's proof that it is true, because it's undiluted. See? And that ecstasy is arising. See? So this is the path. You got to be empowered by Krishna to inject Krishna as he is into people. It's like the male, the supreme male, goes through the mouth of the devotee and causes a pregnancy in the female, and that's everybody. It goes into the heart. Krishna is attractive to the both male and female. Krishna causes the birth in both the male and the females of this world. See? So that's why both Krishna is attractive to both male or female. See? So from the bona fide spiritual master, Krishna injects himself into others and causes this birth of ecstatic love, the awakening of the spiritual body. So you got to be bona fide. If you're not like that, you're a bonehead. You're a boner, man, in that way. Stop trying to be like that. Learn from the devotees. What is real, man? What is the essence? What is going to liberate people? It's only Krishna. We just read it. It's only Krishna who liberates the world. Is Krishna in you? Otherwise, if he's not Krishna, Krishna's in me. Yeah. Is he awakened, man? Is he matured? Otherwise, he's not. It's like you're just in Krishna. He's not in you. People got to see, man, this person is in Krishna and Krishna is in him, because the real Krishna is a spiritual potency. It's spiritual energy. It's the truth. What do you call real knowledge, transcendental knowledge, real understanding. That's Krishna. That's God. And that liberates the world, the universe. See? That's why I know that if you don't have that kind of empowerment, you're not a deliverer in this world. The Lord doesn't use you to deliver people. You're on some other path. It's very slow, very in the modes of nature. All paths lie upon me like pearls upon a string. And my best path is devotion. My best path is ecstatic love, and I came to preach that, Lord Chaitanya said. And he says it again. Through fools like us. The court jesters. In jest, we speak the truth. Very entertainingly. Playfully. Okay, go ahead there. I just wanted to say a couple.
I'm going to start this verse again. I don't know where I left off. Krishna is the source of all generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything. He says that because everything is born of me, I am the original source of all. Everything is under me. No one is above me. There is no supreme controller other than Krishna. One who understands Krishna in such a way, from a bona fide spiritual master and from Vedic literature to Bhagavat, who engages all his energy in Krishna consciousness, becomes a truly learnt man. In comparison to him,
everything is born of me. See? This is truth. This is in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. Everything is born of that Word. That Word is Krishna. But what word are you hearing? His Mayic word? The Maya is born of those who listen to the words of illusion. See, the Maya is born of that word. You want the birth of hypocrisy? Well, go listen to materially motivated worldly people, or even religionists and gurus. Go listen to materially motivated persons, and the Maya will be born in you. The illusion will be born in you. See? Everything is born of Krishna, right? Krishna is the word. See? But everything that is transcendental is born of the devotee's word. See? Why? Because devotion is in them. Krishna shows them the truth. So their word they speak, what is born is transcendence of the modes of nature. Love of God is born. Transcendental ecstatic worship is born of that word. See, because it's Krishna. He's revealing his personal potency through his real devotees, not the putanas, not the unpurified devotees who are not really devotees yet. Through his they got real substance, man. Spiritual substance, right? Not material substance. The spiritual substance is love of God. Okay? See, everything is born of Krishna, his illusion and it's coming through those who are servants of the illusion, and also the yoga maya illusion, transcendence, the yoga maya, which is the illusion that there's the devotee and there's the Lord, when there's actually in truth only the Lord, but the Lord, we're created in this yoga maya thing for relationship. The Lord thought, why just be alone in this world? Let us all be friends. I'm the Lord, and my devotees are dependent on me. See, they're dependent on it's like the ray and the sun. The ray is dependent on the sun for its energy. We're rays, and that's just the way it is. It's always been like that.
Very good.
You can't even say from the very beginning, because it's always been like that. There was no beginning of it. It's just always been, Can you imagine this always been thing? It's hard to imagine that. It's always been. Never have there been a time where you, nor I, nor all these kings have not existed. It's always been. We forgot that, looking at his, looking, hearing, see, looking and meditating on the word of those who are servants of Maya still, in illusion. Illusionists, they're called. Okay. So you look towards this word, look what the result is. We're teaching the value. People don't know what is the value of transcendental gold. Well, we're here to do that. Show the value, teach about it, man. Relish it, play with it. Play with the wealth. They were just playing with this wealth. This is wealth, man. And, talking about Krishna and sharing it with others. Share the wealth, man. See, puts a smile. Lalita likes that. She likes sharing the wealth, man. You ever see her do that? Take it. People must be getting it, man. All right, go ahead, man. Sorry, this rambling along. I'm a rambling man.
You can really see right now the reflections coming from this material world and what the transcendental really is.
Yeah.
And the way they react in the material world to these really temporary pastimes they have, it's it's a lot clearer than before Maharaj. Okay. In comparison to him, all others who do not know Krishna properly are but fools. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be an ordinary man. Oh, hell no. A Krishna conscious person should not be bewildered by fools. He should avoid all authorized commentaries and interpretations of the Bhagavad Gita and proceed to Krishna consciousness with determination and firmness. Okay, next verse.
So, you listen to people, they don't understand Krishna properly. See? Understanding Krishna properly is to understand him in his spiritual potency and his material potency. It's called the truth about Maya. Yoga, tattva means truth. So we need to know Krishna tattva in his spiritual form and Maya tattva in his material form. And then we also need to know rasa tattva, the relationships between the soul and that transcendental Lord. See? And also material rasa tattva, you learn kind of like oh yeah, that's what happens. It's a kind of an iron-like ras, and that keeps you bound to the illusion. Okay? And then you need to know especially guru tattva, because that's the door into the spiritual potency. See, and if you realize that, then you start to realize everything. See? Otherwise, here, if you don't get into the spiritual potency, some people come and it's really hard for them to understand what we're doing because they haven't entered into that spiritual domain. Okay? So this is understanding Krishna properly. If you're a spiritual master and you can't teach your devotee about the spiritual potency because you're not out there relishing it, you're not tasting it. You don't understand it because you have to relish it. You have to taste that. Your spiritual senses have to be awakened, and you don't understand Krishna properly. And you're still more or less a fool. Okay, you're less of a fool by taking to Krishna consciousness by following rules and regulations, but you're still a fool. Okay? Devotees, they think, hey, man, I'm a fool, but boy, thank you for your mercy, the Lord. I'm a fool. We're all fools for being here coming to this world, but thank you for revealing me to this truth. Let me share it with my brothers, and let them go. Confirmed. I don't need the machine. I got River here, man. I used to.
The result, actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
The result of understanding Guru Tattva really deeply is that you really want to follow your Guru in his footsteps, but you really want to follow in his footsteps. Do the same. Follow this example.
Yeah. And it's the same.
It's so inspiring that he inspires you that you really have this desire to do that, to live like.
Yeah.
Like
I'm always amazed, that I'm just an ordinary person. Really, just an ordinary person. I can't follow all the rules. I can't follow probably anything. I don't even want to. I get caught up. I sit there and watch Facebook and look at all the politics and all this stuff. I get all razzled, and all this stuff. And I'm amazed that Krishna keeps showing, hey, I totally relate to you. You had a weakness, and Jesus came to him and said, my perfection is I'm perfected in your weakness. Now you can't glory in yourself that you're any big deal, that you're big sannyasi, you lived in caves, you did austere. And now with these guys, they well, I'm pure, perfect, and because I do austerities and I do all these things, but they can't chant in ecstasy.
They're not no inspiration. No, they don't inspire devotees at all.
Yeah, and they give a false flag.
Yeah.
That it's how austere you are, how advanced you are. Everything's false. So I'm so glad the Lord has made me a weakling because he's my strength. I love that God is my strength, man. That the Lord is it. And what Haridas said, as Lord Brahma, he created the universe. He said, let me be born as a Muslim, as a really dirty person, so I can't glory in myself. Really, like considered, like people look at them and say, oh, you're not a Hindu, can't even go into the church or the temple there because he's Muslim. Let me be born like that so I can not glory in myself.
Only focus.
Yeah. Vidura was the same thing. Let me be born like a Sudra.
Like Shop.
Yeah, and he had Krishna's association. What is Krishna trying to say? It's not in how great you think you are by worldly standards. People follow that. They have great faith in people that are austere, and really practicing. They think, oh, well, you're the role model, but they're full of pride. Look at Jesus, was a simple carpenter. Why does God keep doing this? See, because a lot of people think, oh, he's sannyas and he wears nice clothes, and he kissed ass. He kissed the ass of all the group there and became a guru. Isn't that what you got to do? You got to be an ass kisser. am I saying it? Isn't that true? If I'm in a state, I don't know. Am I crazy that if I were to be a guru, I would have to say what everybody is supposed to say? Don't you have to go with the party policy or what?
It's their own party policy.
It's just like, hey, well, this is our party policy, and you want to be part of this party, you better toe the line. You can't have an original thought that comes from Krishna. You could be a good parrot. See, parrot, you can get away with by being a parrot. You can be a guru in a big organization and get away with it. All you do, you just parrot the verses. You don't understand anything. Nobody else does. But you said the verse. Oh, and you can also be a big guru and chant the holy name. Well, you won't be chanting the holy name or the whole name. You'll go Hare Krishna, and be dry-eyed and everything, and you'll be showing off your clothes and the stick, and yeah, you see, Hare Krishna, eyes are dry as hell. No tears, no ecstasy.
The blind are leading the blind.
Huh? Yeah, blind leading the blind. You think I would last long in this sangha here? If my eyes become dry, they toss me out. What good are you, man? Get out of here. The Lord has to perform here every day, because if he doesn't have his performance, Gaurahari goes by the wayside. It's like, yeah, he's useless now. See, that's the standard of this sangha here. Yeah, they'll throw the guru out. Hey, man, no ecstasy. What good is this, man? Pooh, get out of here, man. Hey, man. The Lord has to perform here every day, otherwise there's nothing there.
It won't happen.
Better not.
He wants to show it.
He
wants to show it.
The Lord would kill me as a stick an arrow through. Okay, Shama Sundari, what do we got to say here? Let's see. What's the report? You've been gone for a while?
No, I was not gone. I was here, but not so long like I used to be.
Yeah, what happened?
Organizations life. But today I woke up and I made Facebook on, and there was Lalita, Yamuna, Jan, and Johan. They all were live in a row, And I was like, and everybody's Hare Krishna. And then I thought, oh my God, I need to stand up and chant. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm here. I'm thinking about you. I'm living with Lord. Just there is a lot of things to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Busy right now. Yeah, busy. Yeah. That's the nice thing is when
busy, but I'm moving with Krishna all the time. And it led me to see things how they are and not become fooled. And sometimes people are trying to convince me how life looks like here or what is going to happen, but I'm not losing my vision from my eyes. And sometimes I feel like I'm chanting, I'm going somewhere, and I feel like really in a matrix, but I have Lord, so it brings light. I feel, I feel a lot of mercy in my life.
Yeah.
Everything is all right.
So what is it? They're trying to tell you what it looks like here? What does that mean?
No, it's just because I came here. So again, I changed everything and I came here without anything. And I need to build everything from the beginning, language, earning money, and so on and so on. And I have all vision for it. I know what I want, where I want to get, what I want to do, and I know what I need to be settled, happy, and successful. I need Krishna, and I'm learning every day. What I'm doing? Yeah, I'm progressing every day. I cannot do anything right now. I can just do every day step by step, and I'm doing this with fully blessed and mercy, and this is such a beautiful with Lord. But they are like there is some fear in space, like there is corona and there will be hard for me, but I don't look at like this, you know. I just have another eyes and yeah, for this basically.
That's
But
good. That's good. Krishna is protecting you. That's great.
Oh,
yeah, super fully. Super fully, really, really. And sometimes for a while I put my attention somewhere and then I'm losing this feeling. I feel, I don't know, maybe half an hour per day, some fear or some doubts, and I'm trying to processing something on my own, and then I feel like, oh my God, and then Lord shows me, hey, everything is all right. You have this, you have this, you have this, everything is provided. Just relax and worship me, and let's have this intimacy.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
and then I'm trying also evening to execute my own work, my yoga session, and it's also interesting because I don't want to teach yoga everything. I want to teach people similar to me. And a few months ago, I had this inner conflict. How I'm going to do this, because I didn't want to teach only bodily things, but somehow people who I teach, they are open. They know that God exists. They are really open for it. So it's very easy to me to make right now my yoga session because I can be fully myself, and sometimes I can really flow and mention about God.
That's great. That's awesome.
great, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Thank you for the report.
combination.
That's good.
Yeah, but according to our sangha, like I said, I'm thinking about you all. I'm considering you from time to time. I'm talking to some devotees. Last time I had really nice conversation with Marisachi, which was very interesting because she said that she thought 2 days ago that she needs to talk to me, and then somehow we attract each other on Facebook.
That's great.
And this is how I feel with the sangha. I feel this telepathy.
That's awesome, man. Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah, and I also like I'm saying, I'm trying. No, not I'm trying. It's not any more trying. When I practice a lot of yoga, I need to admit, because I want to be super mastered. This is my desire. And sometimes I feel there's a lot of space in me, and I breathe in this all good qualities, and then I see that I'm changing my behavior, my thinking, and I literally feel that this energy is Radharani potency. It's not like I'm doing something or something, but I just allow this potency. It helps me to transform, to see, to behave, to be me, to let go of this old stuff. From time to time, I experience small purification. It's super funny because something is coming up. My perception is getting very narrow. I'm getting crazy, but I know what is going on. But at the same time, I am underwater. But then I always trust Krishna, and this purification took like half an hour or one day, and then it goes away. And it always ends up with realization or lesson. And this is how I work daily. But yeah, I am aware that Lord is Lord. He's in our heart. He teaches us from inner, but he's present in these pastimes, which are taking place here daily. And he's offering so much moods, so many emotions. So I'm not going away. I'm permanently grateful that this is offered here.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's great. Okay, so I'm going to put Tom up here, so it's going to be 4 of you, and you guys decide who reads, how much you read. If anybody feels inspiration, the spirit, say something. Don't be in a mode of goodness. First of all, let me ask you: do you want this to go on, or do you think this is enough? Because I'm probably going to have to take a little rest. I'll be listening, but
I have half an hour. Then I go out for shopping with my boy.
yeah. And what are you all? What about
I
you?
will expect this half an hour with you.
You want to read a little bit, Shama? Why don't you read a little bit, Shama? Why don't we just go on about a half an hour more, and then
Okay. Okay.
okay, is that okay with everybody? Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Good. All right, Shama, you read a little bit here, and I'm going to put Tom on. I'll be listening.
Yeah, I need to get there. Will Tom come?
Yeah, I'm going to put Tom on. I'm going off because I only get 4 in here. Oops, wrong person. Where is that Gohari Das? Get him off here.
Guru Maharaj?
Yes. Did somebody want to ask me a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask what
Shama wants to say something.
What? What?
What should I read?
Okay. All right. So what should you read? What book you got in front of you?
Sri Chaitanya.
Okay, read that. Read chapter. What chapter you want to read? What do you feel?
Yeah, I'm going, like chapter after chapter. But sometimes when I read something, I think you know, there was 2 times like you said that I should read something different.
Well, sometimes it gets a little technical or something. Just okay. So how about okay? What chapter are you on now?
Maybe Adi Lila chapter 7, Lord Chaitanya in 5 features.
There you go. Read that.
Okay.
Read that.
I'm just getting there. 2 more seconds.
Yeah. Take your time. Okay. There you go.
Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya
Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda,
Jaya Shri Advaita
Jaya
Chandra,
Chandra, Jaya Gaura.
I would love to offer my respectful obeisance unto lotus feet of our beloved Guru Deva Srila Gaura Haridas. I offer my respectful obeisance unto lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, our Father. And I offer my respectful obeisance unto lotus feet of devotees of Srila Gaura Haridas. Yeah, without being falsely humble, this is what I feel right now. This is nice that I can be with you. Let's read Lord Chaitanya in 5 features. Translation. Let me first offer my respectful obeisance unto Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. who is the ultimate goal of life for one bereft of all possessions in this material world, and is the only meaning for one advancing in spiritual life. Thus let me write about his magnanimous contribution of devotional service in love of God. Let me offer glorification to the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one who has taken shelter of his lotus feet is the most glorified person. Let me offer glorification to the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one who has taken shelter of his lotus feet is the most glorified person.
Yeah, I just wanted to call your attention to that. That's the truth.
Cool.
This is literal. If people can understand that, the one who has taken shelter of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet becomes the most glorified person. See? Glorified means the Lord showers glory on that person. And what is that glory? This is the same love God has, the same love that his greatest liberated souls have. That's glorified, man. And that's nothing to do with falsity. It's nothing to do with name and fame and everything, which comes along with all of that ultimately. But that's the most glorified thing. Therefore, where should anyone go? What kind of association should we have to those who are actually associates of Lord Chaitanya? That's where you're going to get the most glory, and it's not a false ego thing. You're going to get the most glory of God, and you'll understand why Jesus said, oh, you're looking for the glory of men. We're interested in the glory of God. The glory of God is in the heart, man, internal. He reveals himself to his devotee. That is glorious. That is rare. That is intimate. Now, even the demigods are that, wow, man, that is amazing. Have that kind of intimacy. See, so God, where should anybody be is with real associates of the Lord, especially when they're manifest in this world. Why not go to where the most glory can be found? Nothing else makes sense to me. Okay, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, stay Gurudev.
I want to go lay down and listen to you guys. I'm listening. I'm watching everything.
Okay. In the beginning, I have discussed the truth about the spiritual master. Now I shall try to explain the Panchaka.
So I just wanted to say, I'm going to put my double in here. My double is coming up here.
I have the japa. What Gurudev going to do?
He's putting on his assistant and this fool. It's okay.
Spiritually, there are no difference between these 5 tattvas, for on the transcendental platform, everything is absolute. Yet, there are all varieties in the spiritual world, and in order to taste the spiritual varieties, one should distinguish between them. Let me offer my obeisance unto Lord Sri Krishna, who was manifested himself in 5 as a devotee, expansion of devotee, incarnation of devotee, pure devotee, and devotional energy. Krishna, the reservoir of all pleasure, is the supreme personality of Godhead himself, the supreme controller, No one is greater than or equal to Sri Krishna, yet he appears as the son of Maharayananda. Krishna, the reservoir of all pleasure, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, the Supreme Controller. No one is greater than or equal to Sri Krishna, yet he appears as the son of Maharayananda. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the supreme enjoyer in the rasa dance. He is the leader of the damsels of Raja, and all others are simply his associates. Ooh. Ooh. The self-same Lord Krishna advent himself as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with all his eternal associates, who are also equally glorious. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Controller, the One Personality of Godhead, has ecstatically become a devotee, yet his body is transcendental and not materially tinged. The transcendental mellow of conjugal love of Krishna is so wonderful that Krishna accepts the form of devotee to relish and taste it fully. Footwork. Although Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure, he has a special intention to taste himself by accepting the form of a devotee. It is to be concluded that although Lord Chaitanya is present in the form of devotee, he is Krishna himself. Therefore, Vaishnava sing, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. Radha and Krishna combined together are Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Svarupa Damodara Goswami has said that Radha and Krishna assumed oneness in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Translation. For this reason, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the supreme teacher, accepts the form of the devotee and accepts Lord Nityananda as his elder brother. Sri Advaita Acharya is Lord Chaitanya's incarnation as a devotee. Therefore, these three tattvas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Goswami, are the predominantors or masters. One of them is Mahaprabhu, and the other two are Prabhus. These two Prabhus serve the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. The three predominators, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Prabhu, are worshipable by all living entities, and the fourth principle, Sri Gadadhara Prabhu, is to be understood as their worshipper. There are innumerable pure devotees of the Lord, headed by Srivasa Thakura, who are known as unalloyed devotees. The devotees headed by Gadadhara Pandita are to be considered incarnations of the eternal potency of the Lord. They are confidential devotees engaged in the service of the Lord. The eternal devotees or potencies are all eternal associates in the pastimes of the Lord. Only with them does the Lord advance to propound the Sankirtana movement. Only with them does the Lord taste the mellow of conjugal love, and only with them does he distribute this love of God to people in general. The characteristics of Krishna are understood to be a storehouse of transcendental love. Although that storehouse of love certainly came with Krishna when he was present, it was sealed. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with his other associates of the Panchatattva, they broke the seal and plundered the storehouse to taste transcendental love of Krishna. The more they tasted, the more their thirst for it grew. Three Panchatattva themselves danced again and again, and thus made it easier to drink nectarian love of Godhead. They danced, cried, laughed, and chanted like madmen, and in this way they distributed love of God. In distributing love of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates did not consider who was a fit candidate and who was not, nor where such distribution should or shouldn't take place. They made no conditions. Wherever they got the opportunity, the members of the Panchatattva distributed love of God. Although the members of the Panchatattva plundered the storehouse of love of Godhead and ate that distributed its contents, there was no scarcity. For this wonderful storehouse is so complete that as the love is distributed, the supply increases hundreds of times. I need to read it one more time. Although the members of the Panchatattva plundered the storehouse of love of Godhead and ate and distributed its contents, there was no scarcity. This word I don't understand, scarcity. Anybody knows?
No fear and no scarcity.
Okay. Fearless, okay.
Something.
Yamuna, you look beautiful, but you are unmuted.
I'm trying to tell you, but I've got you on mute. It's everything is provided for. There's no scarcity. There's no lack of anything. Read that sentence with the word in again. Read the sentence with the word in again.
Although the members of the Panchatattva plundered the storehouse of love of Godhead and ate and distributed its contents, there was no scarcity.
Yeah, that's it. There was no lack of anything. They just got everything they needed. Whatever they needed, people needed, there was no scarcity. I look up the meaning, but that's what it means. Hare Krishna.
Okay. This makes this full. For this wonderful storehouse is so complete that as the love is distributed, the supply increases hundreds of times.
So it
The
also means,
flood of love.
yeah. When there's no scarcity, there is no lack. Nothing is missing. So it's complete. It's without faults. It's complete. It's conclusive. Without scarcity, it also means it's conclusive.
The storehouse is unlimited. The storehouse is unlimited. So everything's always provided for everyone. And it never gets less or less or less and less. It just keeps giving more and more and more and more. So that's what scarcity is. The state of being scarce. I don't know what that word means, in a short supply. No, that's not. Yeah, that's what it means. Because it's saying something that's not going to make sense with that sentence that you just read about the storehouse. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand, and
Nothing is
I'm very
lacking.
grateful for your answer. And I think also when we start to renovate our relationship with God, and then as His child, we have this access when we love God, and when He reciprocates, we have access to this all opulences. Like sometimes we don't have a lot, but we feel rich because there is no lack of anything. Yes, and we were trained in this world that there are some classes and there are some impossible things, and people are believing this and they cannot get full potential. They don't know who they are because they were just told. But in God, there is no limit, like you said. There is no limit. We are living
Without
in
God,
this body. There is.
why is it going funny? Okay.
The flood of love of Godhead swelled in all directions, and those young men, old men, women, and children were all immersed in that inundation. The Krishna consciousness movement will inundate the entire world and drown everyone, whether one be a gentleman, a rogue, or even lame, invalid, or blind. When the 5 members of the Panchatattva saw the entire world drowned in love of Godhead and the seed of material enjoyment in the living entities completely destroyed, they all became exceedingly happy. The more the 5 members of the Panchatattva caused the rains of love of Godhead to fall, the more the inundation increases and spreads all over the world. The impersonalists, primitive workers, false logicians, blasphemers, no devotees, and lowest among the student community are very expert in avoiding the Krishna consciousness movement, and therefore the inundation of Krishna consciousness cannot touch them. Seeing that the Maya Devis and others were fleeing, Lord Chaitanya thought, I wanted everyone to be immersed in this inundation of love of Godhead, but some of them have escaped. Therefore, I shall devise a trick to drown them also. Purport. Here is an important point. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to invent a way to capture the Maya Devis and others who did not take interest in Krishna consciousness movement. This is the symptom of an acharya. An acharya who comes for the service of the Lord cannot be expected to conform to a stereotype, for he must find the ways and means by which Krishna consciousness may be spread. Sometimes jealous person criticize the Krishna consciousness movement because it engaged equally both boys and girls in distributing love of Godhead, not knowing that boys and girls in countries like Europe and America mix very freely. The fools and rascals criticize the boys and girls in Krishna consciousness for intermingling. But these rascals should consider that one cannot suddenly change a community's social customs. However, since both the boys and girls are being trained to become preachers, those girls are not ordinary girls, but are as good as their brothers who are preaching Krishna consciousness. Therefore, to engage both boys and girls in fully transcendental activities is a policy intended to spread the Krishna consciousness movement. These jealous fools who criticize the intermingling of boys and girls will simply have to be satisfied with their own foolishness because they cannot think of how to spread Krishna consciousness by adopting ways and means that are favorable for this purpose. Their stereotyped methods will never help spread Krishna consciousness. Therefore, what we are doing is perfect by the grace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for it is he who proposed to invent a way to capture those who strayed from Krishna consciousness.
Can you say it in your own words? Or what's been read? Can you say it in your own words?
The purport?
Yes. Can you repeat it in your own words?
I cannot repeat it. I can just say that this division between male and female, it belongs to this old patriarchate system. But when it comes of love of God, we are all jivas. This is supreme, not supreme. That this is very advanced seeing. We not divide in our genders. And yeah, this separation between genders, it's for me more much to the religion when there are these rules and regulations. But for example, here in our Sangha, we don't make this distinguish between genders. We just worship Lord. Everybody by their own means.
In the beginning of the purpose, it says that the Acharya, he has an uncommon approach. He has to find a tricky way to reach people. So he just has to find a way to catch people's attention and do uncommon things, like provocative things, to find a way to reach the people who are stuck and glued into their own approach, in their own habit. So he has to do some funny things or uncommon things to take their attention. That's how the Acharya works. It's in the beginning of the purpose.
Yes.
And some people who want to stuck to rules and regulations, they want to know, they cannot digest that spontaneity, that playfulness. Do you agree? Do you see that it's in there? This is how this is the symptom of an Acharya. An Acharya who comes for the service of the Lord.
I know, but
experted. That's some.
Can you repeat your question? Because the thing is, I don't know if Yamuna and Lalita has the same problem. I hear you like you would be underwater.
I can't hear you very well.
Okay, then just go. I mute.
No, you can just talk louder.
We just play with it.
Thus the Lord accepted the sannyasa order of life after full consideration. Because he used this trick. Okay. There were some people who escaped from this lavine of love of Godhead, then then Chaitanya thought, okay, I need to find out some trick, and thus the Lord accepted the sannyasa order of life after full consideration. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reminded in householder life for 24 years. And on the verge of his 25th year, he accepted the sannyasa order. After accepting the sannyasa order, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu attracted the attention of all those who had evaded him, beginning with the logicians. Thus, the students, infidels, fruitive workers, and critics all came to surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Lord Chaitanya excused them all, and they merged into the ocean of devotional service, for no one can escape the unique loving network of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Sri
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Repeat, Yamuna.
I said that's why he came down as Lord Chaitanya, to get the logicians and the all those people who were in their head and wouldn't accept the message. So he played the part of Lord Chaitanya. That's what I was saying, really.
Yeah, tricky. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in order to deliver all the fallen souls. Therefore, he devised many methods to liberate them from the clutches of Maya.
Yeah.
Clutches, literally.
Oh, I'll do this head.
All were converted into devotees of Lord Chaitanya, even the Mlechas and Yavanas. Only the impersonalist followers of Shankaracharya evaded him. While Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing through Varanasi on his way to Vrindavana, the Mayavadi sannyasi philosopher blasphemed against him in many ways. Although a sannyasi, he does not take interest in a study of Vedanta, but instead always engage in chanting and dancing in Sankirtana. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an illiterate sannyasi and therefore does not know his real function. Guided only by his sentiments, he wanders about in the company of other sentimentalists. Hearing all this blasphemy, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu merrily smiled to himself, rejected all these accusations, and did not talk with the Mayavadis. Thus, neglecting the blasphemy of the Varanasi Mayavadis, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded to Mathura, and after visiting Mathura, he returned to meet the situation. This time, Lord Chaitanya stayed at the house of Chandrasekhara, although he was regarded as a Shudra or Kayastha, for the Lord, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is completely independent. As a matter of principle, Lord Chaitanya regularly accepted his food at the house of Tapana Mishra. He never mixed with other sannyasis, nor did he accept invitation from them. When Sanatana Goswami came from Bengal, he met Lord Chaitanya at the house of Tapana Mishra, where Lord Chaitanya reminded continuously for 2 months to teach him devotional service. On the basis of scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam, which reveal these confidential directions, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Sanatana Goswami regarding all the regular activities of devotees. While Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was instructing Sanatana Goswami, both Chandra Shekhara and Tapana Mishra became very unhappy. Therefore, they submitted an appeal unto the lotus feet of the Lord. How long can we tolerate the blasphemy of your critics against your conduct? We should give up our life rather than hear such blasphemy. The Mayavadi sannyasis are all criticizing your holiness. We cannot tolerate hearing such criticism, for this blasphemy breaks our hearts. While Tapana Mishra and Chandra Shekhara were thus taking with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he only smiled slightly and remained silent. At that time, a Brahmana came there to meet the Lord. The Brahmana immediately fell at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and requested him to accept his proposal in a joyful mood. My dear Lord, I have invited all the sannyasis of Benares to my home. My desire will be fulfilled if you also accept my invitation. My dear Lord, I know that you never mix with other sannyasis, but please be merciful unto me and accept my invitation. Lord Chaitanya smiled and accepted the invitation of the Brahmana. He made this gesture to show his mercy to the Mayavadi sannyasis. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was nice to meet you all. And I remember you, Bhakta Tom. I know I need to call you. I will.
Okay.
I was going shopping, but I will do my best to call you today.
You have to go now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
See you next time. Hare Krishna. Thank you for this
Hare Krishna.
opportunity.
Hare Krishna.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Chicas.
Need to go as well. I'm going as well.
Yeah,
You're
me
going
too.
to and
I need some
River,
fresh air.
you want
No, I'm
to?
gonna go because I need some fresh air.
Okay, then I'm alone. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to help Balaram. He's waiting for me for
Yeah,
a
we're gonna
while.
go through Ranga as well and see how he's doing as well. I think.
Okay. I continue reading then at text
The
around.
floor is all yours, Tom.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow.
I play with it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Bye-bye.
Rama, Hare Rama,
It's
Rama.
better. It's better that we. It's actually better we end it now, and you can start your start one yourself there, Tom.
Yes.
Okay.
Hare
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Haribo.